What you think, what you think.
Mariah made me stream.
When you're born,
She's forcing me to.
let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away.
Oh shit, I forgot to start the timer. Here you go. Start.
Else we won't let the world burn away.
Missed you guys.
We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race.
I'm gonna play hide the egg in Mariah's old meat basket later.
Kill it anyway.
I'll let you think on that one for a little bit.
Haters face the world's mistake.
Did you guys miss me?
Back to the pack, kill it
Did you listen to Sammy Kershaw? Spicy at Tusco? Ask Tuco?
and we feel betrayed. We were
Hey, what's up, Thorn? This is kind of going to be a hangout, man. But thank you for coming back. I don't know if it'll be as good as everything else, but we'll try. What'd you think? Asked Tuco. Were you blown away? Yoder. Don't look now, baby's got her blue jeans on. Lord have mercy. A little, maybe. So you didn't like it, right? I got you. You don't have to lie to me. I'll confront you in person when you get here. Just wait. Thanks, me and you too. I appreciate it, Denise. Hello, hello, hello. We're about to get started. Uptime, baby, uptime. Waking up to my singing. Oh, you are in for some punishment. That's right. You're glutton for punishment. Is me and you a fan or a dickhead? Can I say both? She's just pretending to be Denise from last night, the lady I flipped out on Facebook. Somebody hit the hub, baby. Hitting the hub. So there is a brand new donation alert for 500 bits. I just turned it on. This should be working. I'm trying to build some donation alerts, so this is the first one I've built so far. So we'll see if it works or not as the show goes on.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They want to let the world decay.
He's doing all right. He went back on Prisma. And it seems like it's closing up pretty good. It's hard to even pack the wound now. I think when they see it again, they'll tell us not to pack the wound. So we'll see. Here we go. Let's kill this music and hit Intel Lady.
Hey, everybody. It's Tim Cold here. Listen up. You guys are really mad at me because of my last broadcast. I disclosed a God dream where we were all instructed by God to subscribe to Cold Beer Confessional channel on Rumble and BitChute and Twitch and YouTube. Listen, it's not my fault. I have to disclose what I'm told by God. So don't get mad at me. If you want to do something about that, the best thing you can do is go into the comments section on his YouTube channel. Just imagine these guys are you guys going into the Will Bird's comments section and saying things like, your channel is trash, your sunglasses look ridiculous, you're not a real patriot, or, your wife can do better, just anything like that. And for those of you saying that actually that will help his channel because it will bring more engagement and it'll help the algorithms, I've already run this past Uncle Teshy. Uncle Teshy knows about algorithms, okay? There is nothing Nikola Tesla is more expert at than YouTube algorithms. And if he says it won't affect it, then it won't affect it. So I strongly suggest that you guys get into the comments section and call this guy an asshole.
Thank you very much, Intel Lady. I am Will Bard. This is Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. I don't know what you mean I can't see 500 bits on Twitch. It's an animation that goes off when someone donates 500 bits. Which is $5, which is the same as Buy Me a Coffee, which is the same as Dono Clip, which brings me to my next point. Uh-oh. See if it works.
PR_you betcha cheered X500.
Please work. It has a delay on it, but it should work. Just a second.
You sure about that?
There it goes.
You sure about that?
You sure about that? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, PR you betcha? Are you sure about that? That's the question. Are you sure about that? Now, I'm going to make it a little bit longer, but it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Thank you for 100 bits. It does have a delay on it, naturally, because I don't want it to go off if you send bits in a message. I don't want it to go off during the message, but it's pretty cool. I need to shorten the delay some, obviously. Which brings me to my next point. It's $5. Buy Me Coffee's $5. Dono Clip's $5. We got a new Dono Clip. I'll switch the stream around, and then we will do... Wow, that looks huge. I need to make that smaller. And then we'll play this Dono Clip. I got a new one. So get ready for that. Here you go. This is from... I've already heard it. This is from Mariah and her niece.
Hey everybody, don't forget to give Uncle Will money.
Say bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to give Uncle Will money. Bye. Don't forget to give Uncle Will money. She's terrified of me. She is absolutely fucking terrified of me. In case anybody was curious, she is completely terrified of me. That's why it didn't work as quickly as possible. Let me link my streamer account. The token had expired. Sorry, you just got the notification. Screw you. Screw Mariah, right? Screw Mariah. I'm tired. I'm tired of her. I just got the notification. I was just asleep for 7.5 hours while you were trying to stream. Jesus Christ. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Connect to Twitch. There we go. Done. Are you sure? Yes. It was kind of going the back way to connect to Twitch because the token was revoked. So it was connected to my bot account. So it should, if 500 bits shouldn't have that big a delay, the 500 bits should go off quicker than that. It shouldn't have that much of a delay. And there shouldn't be any, the sound alerts was really delayed as well. But there shouldn't be any, what the fuck was I trying to say? Oh, there shouldn't be that much of a delay, and there shouldn't be any overlap. It shouldn't be able to be shut down. We had to shut down some of the free
Barbara
ones.
Antique gifted Thorn 1932 a subscription. Barbara Antique gifted a tier 1 sub to Thorn 1932.
Thank you
They have
very
given
much.
3 gift subs in the channel.
Oh, Mike Penny in the chat, everybody. Mike Penny under Penny_1. That's Mike Penny. If you have any questions about med beds, the mothership, ML, any of that, you guys are good to go. You can check that out with Mike Penny, who is Penny_1 in the chat, saying, oh my God, play it again. What the? I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Hey everybody, don't forget to give Uncle Will money.
Say bye.
Bye.
Did you fucking hear it? Did you hear it, Mariah? Was everybody here? Mariah, did you make it? If you have any questions about blue babies, good job, Miss Press. You pointed that out as well. Spank me. Give him a good spanking. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I think I forgot to do something that I need to do on my phone.
You sure about that?
There it goes.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Impressive, smiley face.
Mike Penny still kicking at age 200. Impressive, smiley face. Thank you very much. So that worked good. There wasn't much of a delay. If you guys ever come across any really good like meme clips or something, you can email them to don't change your name, Mike. We love you. If you guys ever come around any really good, impressive like meme clips or something that's really funny, I like that one. I'll probably make it a little bit longer. I might double the length of it. But I'm gonna start at $5, then I'm gonna make $5.50 will be a different one, and $6 will be a different one, and $6.50, or we'll do $5.25 if we have to. And by the way, a lot of people don't know how to cheer weird numbers. So let me see if I could show you. On Twitch, is there anybody I know that's live? On Twitch, if you just type in, let's just go to a random one. If you just type into chat and type cheer and then a number. Thank you very much for 300 bits. If you just type cheer and then a number, like number 1, it'll cheer 1 bit. If you type no space, no nothing, CHEER, and then the number with no space, you can do 5, 525, 550 when I get them all set up. And we'll probably have a bot that'll tell you how to do that. But yeah, right now the only one that I got is that one for 500 bits, and I think it's pretty funny. I can actually test it over here, I think. Let me see.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
PR_ you betcha cheered X500.
Oh shit, somebody just did it again.
You sure about
There
that?
it goes. Let's make sure it worked again.
About that? You sure about that?
There you go. You sure about that? You sure about that meme or whatever is all over. That meme right there is all over TikTok right now, which is actually what I was just doing. I need to send myself a TikTok video. Did you guys know Scott Rogers is going to become a police officer? Have you guys been keeping up with that story? Scott Rogers is going to become a freaking police officer, which I think is amazing. I'm excited. I can't wait to get pulled over by the white Power Angel. which honestly would be amazing. Oh, there's that one. There's another one I need to send as well. Clipboard. I don't think that one's it, is it? The fuck is all that one? Oh, yeah, that is it. Okay. I think I got them. All right, here's a couple Scott Wadrow's TikToks. I need to finish setting up this animation, so you guys are going to watch some Scott Wadrow's TikToks while I do.
PR_ you betcha just gifted 10 subs.
Holy shit. Hype train. His teeth looked rough today. Them teeth, those. Oh, shit. Thank you very much for the... Look at all the emotes and shit. We need to update the emotes. My beard is much larger now, more glorious. I need to update new emotes. I'll probably put Jervis as one of the emote levels. If you don't know, when you subscribe, you get special emotes that have like my head on it and canceled and all the old stuff I used to use. I need to update them and get some new ones on there. Let's see. I think this is one. Okay, here's one of them.
Hello, everyone.
What I want you to notice is before he realizes it's recording, he's not in pain at all. Okay? No pain, no suffering. What happens after it's recording? Let's see.
Hello, everyone. I'm at the hospital. I fell on the rebar. It did not go in me, but I'm here to check out my kidney, see if it's okay. Bridget, I need to talk to you, Bridget.
Bridget, I need to talk to you, Bridget. Bridget, I need to talk to you, Bridget. Bridget, I need to talk to you, Bridget. Very strange. Very strange. He doesn't seem to be in pain when it first starts.
Hello, everyone. I'm at the hospital. I fell on the rebar. It did not go in me, but I'm here to check out my kidney, see if it's okay. Bridget, I need to talk to you, Bridget.
He doesn't seem to be in pain when it starts, does it? Which is very weird. We might just have to check into that a little bit. Oh shit.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Are you sure about that, Legend of Pret Zelda? He fell on a piece of rebarb. It did not penetrate him, but he needs to check his kidneys.
Hello, everyone. I'm at the hospital. I fell on the rebar. It did not go in me, but I'm here to check out my kidney, see if it's okay. Bridget, I need to talk to you, Bridget.
Bridget, I need to talk to you, Bridget. Bridget! When I get monetized on YouTube, it'll also be able to, whenever we're on YouTube, for $5 donation on YouTube, it'll work as well. I'm just doing it on Twitch right now. I can't integrate with Facebook at all, so if you're a Facebook viewer, sorry, you can't have any donation alerts, except for buy me a coffee or Cult Club or whatever. By the way, isn't Mariah's niece just horrible? Probably the worst dono clip I've ever gotten.
Hey, everybody. Don't forget to give Uncle Will money.
Say bye.
Bye.
I don't even think he's at the hospital. I guess I didn't make that apparent. I don't even think he's at the hospital. Listen to the background and look at the ceiling.
Hello.
There's a TV playing.
I'm at the hospital. I fell on the rebar. It did not go in me, but
He's not even in pain when he doesn't realize it's recording yet. He's looking fine. Then he starts talking about it, bends over and squints.
I fell on the rebar. It did not go in me, but I'm here to check out my kidney, see if it's okay. Bridget, I need to talk to you, Bridget.
He could be anywhere for anywhere I know. It seems like he's doing this to get this person to call him, Right. It seems like he's doing this to get this person to call him. Bridget's probably not talking. Oh, God.
You sure about
Doctor
that?
underscore J underscore
You sure about
Banana
that?
Cheered
You sure about that?
X500.
Are you sure about that, guys? Are you sure about it? You sure about that? I could double it up and have his head on top and on bottom, just popping up everywhere. You sure about that? Dr. J underscore banana underscore PhD underscore JD underscore the law offices of underscore. We used to have a bunch of animations, and it honestly did help my donations. Just having more donations and having more stuff going on for more people to do, right? So I'm going to put them back because it's not great for the channel, obviously. So I'm going to put them back. Thank you for the yeet, whoever did that. Also, Ramesh.
Bubbleswick just gifted 1 subs.
Sent me a dono clip. Thank you for the gifted sub. Louise. It's 1,050 bits. 1,050 bits. Jesus Christ. You got to chill. Brainaki. 1,050 bits. So Ramesh sent me a dono clip, but it wouldn't fit on dono clip. So I got to play it separately. Let me see if I can grab it. I need to save it to downloads. Ramesh dono clip. And let's take a second and check this out. What are you doing? Oh, I got more Scott Rogers, but we got to do Ramesh first.
Well, Bird, this is Ramesh. I was going to send a dono clip, but there's no service here at the firmament.
Oh yeah, we forgot he's at the firmament. It says urgent.
Kim Scanley just resubscribed for 10 months.
Thank you very much for the resubscription. I thought about doing this. A lot of streamers do this. I know we'll get back to Ramesh in just a minute. A lot of streamers do this to bulk up their following or the people that follow them or their audience or whatever. What they do is it's called a stream marathon. So what happens is I would start streaming, and there's a clock running. Every time, like let's say I'm going to do a 4-hour stream. Every time someone subscribes, it adds 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever to the stream. The guy, what was that guy's name? Ludwig. Ludwig did it. Now, he's a lot bigger than I am. But Ludwig did it on his stream, and he ended up streaming for 31 days straight. Because every time his clock would about run out, they would donate, and he would have to keep streaming. He had to like switch to his phone and shit. He figured it'd take like a day. Oh shit, PR, you bet you got to listen to your niece. Pretty sure about that. There you go. He ended up streaming 30. He had to switch over to his phone and take it home with him. They were going to the gym with him. They were going to everything with him because it was I don't know if I have the audience to do that, but it might turn into like a 5-hour stream or 6-hour stream. It might help though with the subscriber numbers. That'd be nice, but it is what it is. We might try it sometimes. It says urgent cable telegraph stop from Ramesh. Stop at firmament. Stop. Attention, Will Bird and CBC. Stop. Eyes only and ears too. Stop. Message released to Fildo. Stop. And let's see what it is.
Well, Bird, this is Ramesh. I was going to send a dono clip, but there's no service here at the
firmament. Yeah.
But since we're here, I had a message for Fildo. The only way to get here is to swim. And the deeper it gets, the bigger the sharks.
Uh-oh.
I hope you can swim, Fildo.
Oh, God.
Wings this time.
That sounds like a threat, Ramesh. That sounds like a threat. What is going the deeper it gets, the bigger the sharks? One more time.
Bird, this is Ramesh. I was going to send a...
To be fair, Ramesh, if you're listening, my arch nemesis, I think I've got the Ramesh part. Well, Bird, this is Ramesh. I got that part. We could probably drop that, okay? Or maybe say it twice. Just let me know you got this message.
Dono clip, but there's no service here at the firmament. But since we're here, I had a message for Phildo. The only way to get here is to swim, and the deeper it gets, the bigger the sharks. I hope you can swim, Phildo.
They can have 3,000 teeth, can exceed 20 feet long, can weigh 5,000 plus pounds, can live 70 plus years, and swim at 35 miles an hour. Diet, fish, and Phildos.
Water wings this time.
No water wings. No water wings. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that intel. I do have the other Scott Rogers clip. Let me grab it. I think I shared it on Telegram and Discord. This is the one where he tells us about his brand new occupation. Imagine getting pulled over and you're like freaking out. You're going through your glove box. You're trying to get your license out. You're afraid you might get shot, especially if you're black. But then you're like, you're getting your stuff out, and then the white Wangel steps out of the police car.
Hello, you guys. What's going on? I'm gonna try to become a cop. I would say this. If I get greenlit, I ain't gonna back down. I ain't gonna take no days off. I will still do my job.
I think he just learned this word because he says it weird. Typically, greenlit means that you got the go-ahead. So, like, when he says, I think I'm going to try to become a cop, and if I get greenlit, what pops up in my head is like somebody approved him to be a cop. Somebody approved him to be a cop. Somebody got him through, the police academy. Somebody signed off. He passed cop school, and he's allowed to be a cop. Or he went through on-the-job training. He's allowed to be a cop. Now, the other way that greenlit can be used is like if someone puts a hit out on you, right? If someone puts a hit out on you and they say, can't you tell, you've been greenlit or blah, blah, blah. That's when they're trying to get back at you. They've put a hit on, a bounty on your head, shit like that. I think that's what he means. But setting it up in the context of, I'm going to try to become a cop. And if somebody greenlights me, that makes me think like someone signed the paperwork, said, yeah, he completed the course. He's allowed to be a cop. And then he's talking about attacking them and coming after them and shit.
Hello, you guys. What's going on? I'm going to try to become a cop. I would say this. If I get greenlit, I ain't going to back down. I ain't going to take no days off. I will still do my job. Whoever greenlit me, had the whole force coming after you, including me. So, when I become a cop and you try to greenlight me, think it over. You don't want me to greenlight you.
So it makes it sound like whoever signs off on me being a cop, I'm going to attack you. It's a very strange. It's a very way to go out there, Scotty Wadgels. But that's what we got.
Hello, you guys.
That's all we got today. He's been on live begging for donations all day, but he has not been putting out a lot of recorded content.
Hello, you guys. What's going on? I'm going to try to become a cop. I would say this.
Let's see. Are any of these other ones TikToks we haven't seen yet? This one, of course.
Shoot the whole thing.
Okay. This is a flaming shot. Now, I've had a flaming shot before. You've got to drink the whole thing and close your mouth. That's it. Once you take the oxygen away, it's all gone. It goes down your belly. It's over with. The one thing you don't want to do is this.
Do it. Do it. No.
Bubbleswick just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you for the gifted sub, Bubbleswick. She set her face on fire because her hand's on fire. Her face is on fire because the shot is too hot. Damn it, it's pause. Hold on. Okay, she tries to take just a little bit of it. Okay, that sets on fire. Her whole her chin's now on fire. You can see the flame go down her chin. It goes up her nose, sets her nose and glasses on fire. Look, her whole face is on fire and her chest. And her chest is on fire. I don't know, it's kind of hot. You think this is better? There it goes. Dripping down to the old love jubblies. You know what I'm saying? The old mama jugglers. Her whole face is on... Look at his face. Her whole face is on fire. Jesus Christ. Q idiot. We got a new donation animation. Her whole face... So he goes to blow it because that's going to work. She steps forward, dripping flame. He goes to blow it out. Her hand is... She set down the shot glass. Her hand is still on fire. Shot glass is there on the bar. She sets it down. Pulls her hand away. Hand still on fire. She's going to pat herself out with a flaming hand. Good God, lady. Good God.
Shoot the whole thing. Do it. Do it. No.
No! It's just alcohol. It's just alcohol. Thank you guys for the hype train, all the donations. That was pretty good. I appreciate it. Mariah sent me a Q-tard. You guys want to look at a Q-tard on TikTok? She sent me one. Let me go grab it. She said that
into the classroom, turned off the lights there.
She said that some of Phil's people have been sharing this TikTok channel around. Here we go. Let's talk about it. Mad world. Donald Trump faces 34 felony charges. Meanwhile, the folks on the Epstein list walk free. Let that sink in.
Weird shit just keeps piling up. Can anybody tell me what's wrong with this video? You seeing that?
It's been edited.
Guys, why is the presidential seal blurred out? Come here and I'll tell you.
Okay.
It's not your president.
That's right, Truth or Roast. A lot of people do blow it out first, but you don't have to.
Can anybody tell me what's wrong with this video for TikTok takes out another one? And
A lot of people do blow it out. You don't have to. You just take the shot and then close your mouth, and it'll go out. It does feel kind of warm in your mouth, but your mouth can actually take quite a bit of heat. That's how fire eaters do it. Like your mouth can take quite a bit of heat that you're not thinking about. But yeah. All right, scrolling on down to his next one.
you that have been following me for a while know that I love a good conspiracy theory, but this one hit just a little bit different today. So I'm sure we all know Donald Trump is in New York dealing with this bullshit indictment. His motorcade was seen...
Oh, shit. Let's play that Dono clip. That's from one of a guy I grew up with. Let's see what it is. Oh, the mods will approve it in a minute. One of the mods want to check it out on Dono clip.
Those of you that have been following me for a while know that I love a good conspiracy theory, but this one hit just a little bit different today. So I'm sure we all know Donald Trump is in New York dealing with this bullshit indictment. His motorcade was...
The reason the bartenders freak out is because they don't want you to do what she just did. Like lots of people take flaming shots, but they don't want... They're afraid, especially like if you just order it because someone told you to, or they're afraid you're going to do exactly what she did. Here you go.
This is Phil's penis. I just want to state that I hate him more than he hates me.
There you go. I hate him more than he hates me. Thank you very much for the dono clip. That's a $20 dono clip. We'll play it again.
This is Phil's penis. I just want to state that I hate him more than he hates me.
Got a hate boner. Oh, hate boner. I don't know why my dick does that. I hate my penis sometimes. Very good. I don't know what Phil he's talking about. This is not to be misconstrued with any Phil we may or may not know. Any text messages that may or may not be uncovered through the viewing of this program. Okay? Everybody understand? All right, back to the Q-tard.
Seen leaving the airport and heading to Trump Tower. While I was watching this, I noticed something just a little bit off. We'll watch it together.
So let me set the premise up for you. The Secret Service planned this visit for Trump to turn himself in this indictment for a while, okay? There were many that believed that something was going to pop off. First of all, it's in New York. A lot of New Yorkers don't like Trump. A lot of people in New York. A crowded spot where he had to go to, the courthouse he had to go to. He had asked people to come out and protest and take America back. He had invited people there. The last time he invited people somewhere, we all saw what happened, right? They were planning for conflict. You always plan for the worst and hope for the best. That's how you do security. If there's a chance that there's a fucking somebody with an RPG, you plan on getting hit with 10 RPGs. And you hope that that's bullshit intel and nobody has an RPG. But that's the premise that Trump went to New York on.
Let's see if you notice it too. All right, so the video starts off, nothing out of the ordinary. You got your local PD. You got your lead cars, which usually house your Secret Service, security detail, etc. A lot of Secret Service for a civilian.
Not a civilian, former president.
Then you've got things like communication vans. You've got these extra cars inside the motorcade that are not normal for a citizen.
Not a civilian, former president.
That's a lot of vehicles for a citizen. And there's the
I'm sure they had some type of rapid response team with them.
Presidential limo right there. And here's where shit gets funky. What the fuck is that?
It's an ambulance.
What the fuck is that? Why? Why is there an ambulance following a presidential motorcade? And I don't want to...
Because they thought it was very likely that something might pop off, something might happen. Typically, an ambulance is part of the motorcade for a sitting president. If there's a chance that there's going to be a violence or like something pop off, especially like if a former president goes to a foreign country, there's an ambulance with them all the time. It's part of their risk planning. They literally sat down and say, what are the chances of this? What are the chances we'll need this? What are the chances we'll need that? What are the chances we need QRF? What are the chances we need air support? What are the chances? They have all of this disposable to them, right? They have fucking SWAT teams. They have tactical guys. They have fucking air support. They have drone. All of this is available to the Secret Service. And when they sit down, they say, what are the chances we'll need this, 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 and this? Now, what he's going to claim is ambulances are only for sitting presidents. No former president is allowed to have an ambulance in his motorcade. And that's just not true. If the threat's high enough, or they believe the threat's high enough that they could potentially need an ambulance, there's going to be a fucking ambulance there. If New York City believed that they should send an ambulance, even though the Secret Service didn't request it, New York City would send a fucking ambulance with them. It's a New York Fire Department ambulance.
Hear bullshit about Donald Trump is boisterous or whatever. That is a presidential motorcade.
Yeah, for a former president.
That is literally the definition of a presidential motorcade.
There isn't an exact definition for a presidential motorcade. It can range anywhere from 8 fucking vehicles to 25 vehicles to 30 vehicles. It just depends on what's going on.
Look it up. President Obama, when he was in office, he was known for this massive entourage like this that had all kinds of vehicles in it.
Yeah, not to mention Trump has the money and the power. He could personally say, hey, I want an ambulance to go with me just in case. You know, what if I have a fucking heart attack? What if we wreck? What if we get attacked? I want an ambulance. And I'm sure he would get it. Exactly. He doesn't have the beast anymore.
His motorcade looks exactly like this motorcade. Why is there an ambulance following a fucking citizen? I'll fucking tell you why.
Obviously, he's a president. By the way, he keeps saying citizen. He is not a citizen in the same way you are a citizen. He will have bodyguards for the rest of his fucking life that the taxpayers foot the bill for. Forever. As all former presidents do.
Is your commander-in-chief. That man is still our sitting president. I know that sounds fucking crazy.
No, he's not.
I know that it sounds crazy. I haven't made one of these fucking crazy videos in a while. I'm telling you, that man is still your sitting president. And it's illegal to arrest a sitting commander-in-chief. So, shit's about to get weird. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments. Like this video, share this video, comment on this video. I want to know everybody's thoughts. If you think I'm fucking crazy,
he says shit's about to pop off because you're not allowed to arrest the sitting president, and they did.
tell me you think I'm fucking crazy. You're not going to hurt my feelings any. But before you call me crazy, I want you to ask yourself one question. How many times can shit like this happen before it becomes mathematically impossible to be called a coincidence again?
I don't think mathematics is never going to address when it's no longer a coincidence. Like, mathematics would be probability. So even mathematics might get to, if there's any chance that it could possibly be a coincidence, you could get to 99.99999999999 repeating indefinitely, but they're never going to conclude that it's not a coincidence, right?
In 40 years of my life, I've never been more afraid of tomorrow than
He's terrified. He's scared to death.
It feels like everything I knew and loved about this world is upside down. The things that used to be right and wholesome and just are now...
I love how they say right and wholesome and just. You might have liked Trump as a president, but he's not this super Christian. When you say wholesome, it's not Trump, guys. You can pick whatever you want. You can say he was good for the economy, he's not wholesome. Okay? Don't use the word wholesome.
Wrong, transphobic, or failing. Our politicians lie to us, our media divides us, and our president sells our freedom to the highest bidder. And now because the inflation is so high, it's getting harder and harder for everyday Americans just to put food on the table. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't given your life to Jesus, now's the time.
Oh, see, Texas Toe Man.
I don't care about your past or whether you think you're good enough.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those commercials where, like, the dogs are being rescued.
All he wants is a relationship with you. All you have to do is recognize that he died for your sins, declare that he's your Lord and Savior, and then spend the rest of your life building a relationship with him. Open your Bible and get into his word. It's never too late until it is.
Trump was wholesome. Now, the reason he made this video about being scared about the next day, this was on 3/31, and then April Fool's Day, of course, Trump does his thing.
I don't care what political party you belong to. I don't care what gender you claim to be. I don't care about your pronouns. As Americans, we're not always going to see eye to eye. We may argue, we may fight, we may even take shots at one another. But at the end of the day, we're all Americans. And at the end of the day, we all have rights that men and women have died for. And now, the men and women in Congress that represent us, we the people, want to take one of our most fundamental rights away. Bill S.686, better known as the Restrict Act, is aimed at taking away your First Amendment right. Who the fuck do these people think they are?
By the way, he's talking about the Restrict Act, which basically gave power to restrict any app that was by foreign government. I'm not in favor of it, but he accidentally put 696 in his. It's 686. He put 696 in his title.
Our representatives vote in favor of this bill, then they do not represent the people that put them in that chair. Call your representatives. Let them know there's a line in the sand. Stand up for your rights. Stand up for your freedom. I don't care what political party you belong to.
He's very into the black and white thing.
Can anybody tell me the amount of money that the Biden administration has sent to the poor folks over there in Ohio to try to help them out?
Wait a second. Wait! Trump's still president. You can't also complain about stuff Biden is doing as president while claiming he's not president, bro.
Can anybody tell me the amount of money that the Biden administration has sent to the poor folks over there in Ohio to try to help them out?
How much has Trump sent?
Or is there like a hotline number we can call to get a hold of somebody over in Ukraine? Maybe see if we can get a little piece of that $200 billion that
Well, Trump sent that to Ukraine.
he sent them.
It's not just the TikTok ban bill. 696 is actually really bad. Basically what it does is it lets the Department of Commerce, it instructs the Department of Commerce to identify, deter, disrupt, prevent, prohibit, investigate, and mitigate transactions involving ICT products and services which are which any foreign adversary, China, has interest in. So any app that China has interest in, not just TikTok, that pose undue or acceptable risk to the U.S. national security and safety of U.S. persons. So basically, any app they don't like, they could just say, okay, well, they bank with a Chinese bank, and boom, that app is gone. This website has a Chinese person on the board. He's lived in the United States for 20 years, but he was born in China. Boom, that web page is gone. It goes too far. And it gives the Department of Commerce the ability to do this without any oversight. It doesn't say they have to meet this. Like they have to be reporting straight to China. They have to have ties to, the Chinese Communist Party. They have to It doesn't give any of that. It just says if they feel that it meets one of these requirements, they can ban it.
I should probably shut up, though. It's really none of my business. Can anybody tell me the amount of money that the Biden
do they not understand that when they complain about Joe Biden doing something like sending money to fucking Ukraine or not doing enough in Ohio, and then in 2 videos later they say that Trump is still the president, do they not understand what they're saying? Can they both be still presidents? And they're just signing bills opposite each other. They're sharing a desk. What a funny sitcom. I think some of the Joe Biden impersonators, some of the Donald Trump impersonators should start a video series where they're like both of the desks trying to write executive orders, like elbowing each other, like canceling each other's out. That'd be good.
So, are we still just conspiracy theorists?
So are we still just conspiracy theorists? Now, this is a news story, or it appears to be, from invazbrain.com. And it says, Dr. Birx admits she and Fauci made up the science on lockdowns and social distancing. Now, we all know what happened with lockdown and social distancing, what happened here. Everybody's read the studies. I don't think it was a good thing to do, but made up the science is not exactly true. What she claimed was when they came up with a slogan, 2 weeks to the cure, right? 2 weeks to kick the what'd they say? Flatten the curve. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Lockdowns do technically, like locking people in their house does technically work. It prevents spread of disease because you're on a lockdown. I don't think they should have done it. I think it affected way more than just COVID. It affects small businesses. It fucked up a bunch of shit going on. Fucked up a bunch of people's lives. I don't think they should have done it. But they didn't make up science on lockdowns. Lockdowns happen all over. They didn't make up science on mask wearing. Mask wearing is a thing that you see quite often in foreign countries, like a lot of Asian countries. What she said was, when we came up with 2 weeks to flatten the curve, we were kind of shooting from the hip. We were looking for anything to slow it down. That does not mean we made up the science on lockdowns and social distancing. If I have an airborne communicable disease or an aerosol communicable disease and I stay in my house and stay 100 feet away from you, we all know that that's going to help prevent you getting it. Like, they didn't make up any science. A toddler could tell you this. They know to wash their hands. They know when they're sick or fever, they don't go to school. If they started school, if they're in kindergarten or preschool, they understand that when you're sick, you do not go to school. They didn't make up science. And what pisses me off is these slap dicks trying to sell some people crazy cute shit with a side of El Jesus. That's right. That's right, Andrew. Got them right where they want them. Oh, and this is not a news website. They basically took a quote from another news website and made this whole story about them making up the science. Like, I don't agree with the lockdowns. I think they were stupid. I think they had an effect. Yes, they had an effect on COVID, but they also had such a negative effect on everything else. It probably wasn't worth it. Once we saw what the actual death rates were, when you're not talking about elderly or immunocompromised, but that's not my call. But they didn't make up science. If I could 100% lock everyone in their fucking house at threat of guns and violence with tanks set in everybody's front yard, one house would not spread an illness to another house. That's not made up. That's a thing that exists.
Guys, I get it. The military shot down another high-altitude flying object, this time in Michigan over Lake Huron. But look,
I'll be honest, Andrew. I thought you just watched because I didn't know you really paid attention to the QAnon stuff. I thought you just watched because we grew up together and you'd hang out in here. I didn't know you knew that much about it. Well, I guess even if you just watched from hanging out with me, you'd know a lot about it. That's all we fucking cover around here. But thanks for the donation. Thanks for hanging out with us.
not supposed to ask questions. Just look the other way, pretend you didn't see nothing, go to work tomorrow, watch the Super Bowl. Let's talk about Rihanna doing her thing tonight.
Okay.
See here, guys. Nothing to see here. Guys. Between the Chinese government sending over spy balloons, our government shooting down a UFO, and now Google Chrome adopting a new GPU called Adreno. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Carry on. Between the Chinese government sending over spy balloons, our government shooting down a UFO, and now Google Chrome adopting a new GPU called Adreno. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Carry on.
So you could see how they would, Phil's people would definitely share this stuff.
Cinnamon rolls so hard. So, like, it never comes right out after you do this. It makes no sense. Then, like...
By the way, I think the GPU Adreno, the Adreno GPU lines were from Qualcomm, and they're not that modern. I don't know who found this, but so GPUs, these were developed by ATI, I think, and Qualcomm back in 2009. It is like a brand. The reason it's called Adreno is because AMD's brand is called Radeon, Radeon, and Adreno is an anagram of that, Adreno. And it was sold to, it was ATI, then it was sold to Qualcomm or some shit like that. It's for mobile chipsets. So it's not even for PCs or servers. It's for mobile chips, ARM processors. So you have like this all started back in 2009. You have Adreno 100, Adreno 120, all the way up to like I don't know what the latest one is. But it's been around for a long time. This is like, I think it's like 750 or some shit is the latest Adreno GPU processor. It's on Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processes for an ARM CPU, which is like a CPU that you would put in a cell phone. Adreno 740. I don't know what they're talking about with most of your phones have Snapdragon processors in them now. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The Google Chrome has anything to do with it. Other than Google Chrome has to be validated to work on all those, but it has to be validated to work on any chipset that's going to be a mobile phone, especially if it's going to be an Android phone.
Then, like, how do you do it?
This is a lady that went viral for just opening biscuits the wrong way. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I don't know if we can get to the original video or not.
Why is open?
This lady obviously she was doing it to troll. On January 29th, she made this video that got several million views. And like people were like, you just busted open, and she was leaving like wink emotes and shit. But I think I showed this, at least to my mods. I didn't until like a year ago. I was like, what the fuck does Bird got going on here? Now I got to get my CBC fix every day. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I don't, there's not a whole lot of people from like, from home, home or school or whatever you want to call it that watch me, but I appreciate you being here. I thought maybe you were just checking in on me because, we used to run together or whatever, but didn't really care about the content. But thanks. That means a lot. I appreciate it.
Why is opening cinnamon rolls so hard? So, like, it never comes right out after you do this. It makes no sense.
No, I showed it to you, Mariah, for sure, but I think I showed it to my mods.
Better way, because after this, I'll show you what I do.
Me and you too says I showed it to her, so yeah, maybe that was it.
And then I cut down it with the scissors.
Then she cuts it with scissors.
It's just ridiculous. I feel like there could be a better way. Sometimes I have to scoop them out, like.
And she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was doing. When people were like, "You just peel it and then bust it open," it must have been Patreon, because I don't think I showed it to everybody. But she got a few million views off. I'm telling you, that's why I'm thinking. The other day when I was trolling that person about Joe Biden's earlobes, I think I should play a troll or a heel. I think is like when you're talking about wrestling, which is the ultimate like fake live action production. That's called a heel. I think I should play a heel character on TikTok. Did you see that first guy? I like that. I wonder if Jester can do that. I kind of want one of those. How do I get one of those? A frog or something? It's called wrestling. That's right, Q idiot. It is called wrestling, and I'm ready to wrestle. All right, have you seen this one?
Oh, you see it.
Oh, I did not show you this. Holy shit. All right, let me set this up, okay? These people either remodeled or built. It's a remodel, okay? We started hearing sounds in our island. There is an old exhaust. I think it was actually like a drain, a floor drain, or maybe even a well, like in their kitchen in this house they remodeled, okay? It's an old opening that went out into the outside world. And they remodeled this house and put a really nice island there, put a really nice setup there, okay? And they started hearing scratching and noise underneath their island that they covered up this outlets, whatever it was, a vent, a drain, a well, whatever. They filled it up with rocks. They put their island over it, and they started hearing scratching. Guess what's living under there? I'll give you a minute. Go ahead, guess. Everybody said Jeremy in the chat. That's right. They heard scratching. Imagine having this nice-ass house. You just finished remodeling, just did everything, and you hear scratching coming from inside your fucking kitchen island. Check this video out.
So, Tom, Steve's going to lift it.
All right, so they uncup. There's the pipe right there. See the pipe that was there? That they moved the island off the pipe, and there was nothing in the pipe. They're like, what the fuck?
I know. Sorry.
A huge possum.
Does it have babies? It literally.
So they saw a huge possum, and then they saw a tiny possum.
Where's the broom? Get it before. Yeah, get it really quick. Got it. 2 of them.
Look how many babies are in there. These possum. Look how many leaves they brought into the island. They brought all this in. This was new remodel construction.
Oh my gosh!
4 more.
Oh, I see.
10 possum babies. And all those leaves, all those rocks, all those pieces of wood, all those pieces of wood. They should have poured concrete down it for sure. They should have made it something solid. They should have sealed it better. And at worst, you still, where the outside entrance is, you still put like a, if you don't get rid of it, you still put like a steel mesh or something there to where no rodents or anything can get in. This was shitty work for sure, but still.
Really pleasant.
That guy is wrangling a full-grown mama possum with a pair of salad tongs, which makes me, at first I was like, what the fuck has he got there? But then that reminds me, Mariah always wanted to bring salad tongs into the bedroom, and I never could get into it. But now, I guess now I know. Now I know what she wanted to do with them. I thought she wanted me to reverse salad tong her and open her up and take a look around or something, give it a full inspection, a walk through, lubal and filter, quick wipe down, something. Those are salad fucking tongs, bro.
She's here. Put the top down. Oh my gosh.
That blanket's not gonna hold that motherfucker in there. Took them to a forest area. 10 fucking baby possums. Is that not crazy? Oh, what's this? Don't worry, I released the snake.
Well, I'm having a horrible morning. I got up, went to go see Baked Beans, because he usually stands over here on his little platform and wishes me a good morning. But I didn't see him. I did see this black sock that I put in there, though, that Beans likes to travel in. And then I noticed another black object in my tank. And it's a black snake.
Somebody lost a hamster named Beans.
Black snake in my mouse tank. It crawled in and...
Oh, a mouse. She was keeping a pet mouse named Beans. And a black snake invaded her home and ate her roommate. How perfect. That's why you don't keep mice as pets. It looks comfortable as fuck. Now you got a new pet, lady. That right there's Beans. I can see the lump.
Livid and incredibly sad, and I don't like this snake. The thing is, he's just doing his snake job, so I can't hate him. But I'm not having a good morning. Are you?
What's funny is she conditioned the mouse to get in that black sock and run around. So basically, all the snake had to do was open its mouth and pretend to be a snake or a sock. And the mouse would have ran into it. She conditioned the mouse with a black sock, and then the snake shows up. Is like, man, this motherfucker's got a death wish or something. Why does it keep running in my mouth?
With yourself, little snake. But I'm not having a good morning. Are you happy with yourself, little snake? You've ruined my day.
Oh, the things that you find on the TikTok. Man broke into your house, broke into Beans' tank, ate Beans, and had the audacity to just curl up there like he pays a fucking rent. Poor Beans, man. Oh. Put him in the tank and name him Beans. Exactly. Beans 2. Slytherin Beans. Little Beans. Truth or Roast. A lot of people in my chat the other day, your chat you had or whatever is it changed names or something, right? A lot of people were asking about it the other day. Well, I'm sure you saw it. Somebody said that you were in there. Put a Finger Down West Virginia edition. I don't even know if I want to see that. This guy's pretty good. Hank Green.
Very important that you need to understand about media. All media, this media included, everywhere there is content being made for people. And that is the things that people consume are the things that get created. And a study was just published that for every word expressing a negative emotion in a headline, that increased the click-through rate to that article by 2.3%. And if you're in my business, you know that is big. Just imagine the number of headlines that a person sees in a day. We do not click on 1 out of every 50 headlines. We certainly don't click on 1 out of every 25 headlines. We see headlines, we rarely click. But if they make us disgusted, outraged, frustrated, scared, then we start thinking about clicking. Now, on this platform, we don't have clicking, but we do have keeping watching. And so instead, the kinds of videos that might do particularly well might have, in the beginning of them, a lot of words about how you should be scared, about how you should be outraged or disgusted, just the kind of content that tap into the exact same emotions as those headlines. As a person who's been around for a lot of different...
Oh, shit, Billy.
Been on this roller coaster a few different times, I've seen a pattern, which is that in the beginning... For two reasons, there's just...
Hold on, let me read this. Yeah, I gave up ownership of the channel. Don't have time to really keep up on it. Okay, I was going to shut it down, but a lot of people want to keep it when the mods took it. Okay, I was just making sure. I know somebody said Truth or Rose is in our chat, but yeah, it changed hands or changed names or whatever. It changed. No big deal.
Of impetus to create stuff that's extremely sticky and that uses all of these techniques. And one is because there's not a lot of competition, so you don't have to fight as hard to get those views. And two is because there's not a lot of status or money that comes along with getting those views, so there's not a lot of reason to fight for it. And so when it starts out, it's pretty chill. You can kind of like, it's more relatable, it's more connecty, it's more good vibes. It's more just like, let's make some stuff together and enjoy each other's content. And then as it gets higher status to create on a platform, there's more money available and it's much more crowded. So you have to do more to get attention. You start to see people use a lot more of the techniques that I think make platforms worse. I don't know about your For You page because everybody's got their own, and it might be that you're just getting great art videos and people playing saxophones. But in my experience, over the last 6 months or so, and maybe this is just because it's what I'm watching with the TikTok hearings and all of that, I just see much more stuff that's tapping into my negative emotions. And it feels to me, as somebody who's seen it before, really manipulative.
That is true. Like, and you don't even realize it. That you can wake up first thing in the morning and watch one, but usually you'll see like 2 or 3, kind of shitty videos, and they'll put you in a shitty mood. The first person you encounter, you'll be a dick to, just because it's such an emotional drain on you. So you do need to be careful of that type of stuff, or at least be aware of it, I guess. Discord is fucking awesome. Discord is so much better than Telegram. I'm glad that we're trying to transition over there. I still do my announcements on Telegram. I just don't interact as much there. I love fucking Discord.
And much worse of an experience. But the reason more of that content is being made is that they are seeing it succeed when they make it, and they are seeing it succeed when other people make it. And the reason it's succeeding is because us, you and I, are watching it. So... watch out. There is something...
That makes sense. He usually does science content, but that still makes sense.
Mr. Speaker.
Oh, there was something else I was going to play. Somebody sent me this. Let's see what this is.
Thanks to my battle buddy.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Getting smoked. No, I don't think they were released from that position. He probably come back and got smoked again. Oh, that's the good old days. Get that ass smoked. TikTok is a fun, but you got to be aware of all social media when you run around. But it is fun to watch a lot of times. This guy's fucking amazing. The work that he does with these skull coins. His name's Navarro Rings. He does some crazy. He takes these coins and like skeletonizes them. It's just crazy. He does a good job. I wanted to see if he's got the... Let's pause it and skip ahead to the finished product. Look at that. That's pretty freaking cool, dude. That's a pretty cool design. When the band is live. See what else we got going on here. I've been watching some crazy fucking baseball clips. I saw a guy the other day. He got hit at the plate. He got hit with the ball at the plate. Then there was a guy that he was batting, okay? He got hit with the ball and put on first. In the next batter, there's a wild pitch, and he's still second. The catcher throws the ball. It hits him in the head. It hits him in the head while he's still in second. Then the batter hits a ball. He makes it to third. Then somebody hits like a little blooper over to like left field. And while he's running home, they try to throw him out at home, and it hits him in the back of the head. Like, he gets hit 3 fucking times with the ball in one at bat. There's some crazy fucking baseball videos out there. Baseball's a wild sport with so many weird rules. You know, every fucking stadium has its own set of rules for what's fair, what's foul, what's this, what's that. Every fucking stadium has a different set of rules. Oh, this is what I was going to check out. This Florida case is fucking wild, dude. So, 3 teens were found murdered. One was found beside a dumpster in a subdivision. A female was found beside a dumpster in a subdivision. A female was found in the same subdivision not far away. I'm sorry, a male was found in the same subdivision not far away. And another female was found in the trunk of a car in the lake. 3 teens, all of them under 18, in a town of only 1,500 people. 3 teens found dead on the same fucking day. Now, since then, I found like this is a pretty rough county. It's like a pretty rough... So it was one girl, then one guy was found, then another girl. Now, since then, I found it's a pretty rough county. And there's a lot of gang-related activity, which seems weird. It's so small, and they have all this gang-related activity, and that's what it had to do with. They were all with a gang, run with a gang. They were all robbing places and shit. They were crazy. The first girl that was dead, the second girl was found in the trunk of the first dead girl's car. So the one that was in the lake, in the trunk of a car, it wasn't her car. It was the first girl they found dead at the dumpster. It was her car. It's just crazy. Listen to this. Well, actually, let me grab this, and then I'm going to go grab the first one they did. So hold on, because this is like an update on it. But there's probably an earlier one. That's the one we were just watching from one day ago. 2 juveniles arrested. Is that the one that I was... 2 juveniles arrested. So let me go up to this other one. Sorry. I want to show you the first story. And then we'll go to this one. I shared it in Mod Chat because I know Jessa's down in Florida, and I shared it with Bull because I know he's down in Florida, just to be like, what's going on in this place in Florida? It was just wild to see this shit. It just blew me. A town of 1,500 reminds me of my town. Like, my town's small as shit. So I don't know. It just blew my mind that this was even going on. God, there's so many funny things that I wish I could show on stream in this Mod Chat, but I can't. Anyways, let me go find this link. Jesus. You're blocked. You're blocked. Here it is. That's the one Jessa shared. Jessa, what the fuck is going on down there in Florida? The cop was kind of, what day did I share that on? That was on April 5th, so that was 3 days ago. Okay. Let me grab the original one. I can't see how there's that much gang activity in such a small town. I guess Florida is just different. But like I don't know. It just seems wild. It was about a week before the update, so I'm still looking. But I can do this. Hold on.
Well, just hours ago, hundreds of people gathered in downtown.
I don't know what was just playing. Did I duplicate this? Oh, I accidentally clicked on something. What's the name of it? What's going on in, what's it called? Okalala or something? Okalawaha. Investigators say deaths of 3 teenagers all connected. That's the update. Well, let's see how far. That's from 4 days ago. Let's try this one first. This is from 4 days ago.
Well, being here, a lot of y'all have reached out wanting to do interviews. Obviously, you know why we are here, because of the horrific homicide that we've had with the 3 teenagers. And I'll start off by saying this first disclaimer. I want to ensure that the integrity of this case is not compromised in any shape, way, or form. So when you ask a question, I may or may not answer it. So let's get that off on the table right now. And because of it just told you a triple homicide, if you don't know, the 3rd victim has passed away.
So the original girl found by the dumpster, she was technically breathing but brain dead when they found her, is what I gathered from it.
And there's, I'm going to put some of these things out. First of all, the victims have all suffered fatal gunshot wounds. There has been an abundance of evidence collected that is being processed. And this is part of what takes time. This is
holy shit.
Of the case, from digital to forensic evidence. Sometimes
that's crazy, Chitheros.
These particular areas, sometimes it takes time. We're having to piece these together.
I'll give you the update after this.
Detectives working on this case right now. They have been working tirelessly since we received the call initially. One of the things I do want to address, hopefully, I'm pretty sure you're going to ask this question. This is an isolated incident. It is not, and there is nothing to indicate that it is a serial killer whatsoever. All of our victims are known or were known to know each other and were together leading up to the incident itself. Now, some of the information, and I need to throw this out there because you've got viewers that do not live in the state of Florida and even Floridians do not even know what Marcy's Law is.
Speaking of that, Rob P., you're in here, aren't you? Did your cat come down safely?
Families of the victims, especially in cases like this with juveniles or teenagers, is they invoke the Marcy's Law, which restricts us, and I have to comply with the law of what information can be given out on the victim.
Oh, was it Dr. J's cat? I saw y'all comment on it. I just left a comment quick because it said they almost always come down. Somebody had a kitten trapped in the tree. Was it Dr. J?
Having said that, I'll open it up to questions.
Okay.
Was she in the passenger seat? Where was she in the car?
Can't give you that information. She was in the vehicle, I'll tell you that. But exactly located in the vehicle, no. Again, I'm going to read.
So this is the one they found in the vehicle.
Integrity of the case, because you want to ensure that you don't
save the kitties. That's it.
Suspect's hands of what you know.
This is before they made an arrest. They couldn't give a bunch of stuff out.
It could compromise a case. And we want to ensure that when the case is being done.
Y'all come up with some crazy fucking hashtags. I don't even know what you're talking about.
2, we collect all of the information so that it will be admissible in a court of law so that these individuals can be held accountable.
Can you talk about the relationship between the 3 teenagers? Were they friends? Do you know anything about that?
As far as all the information we have, yes, they are friends, okay? And the other thing that I'll hit on real quickly is that the detectives also have information that It's possibly tied to what we classify as hybrid gangs. Okay?
Is what I'm sorry?
What?
Hybrid gangs.
What is that?
A wannabe gang. You want me to, I'll use a little more plain English for everybody. A wannabe gangs is what.
So it wasn't like gang, right? It wasn't like the Crips and the Bloods, and it was probably like what Truther Roast is talking about. Said they called themselves the Mungs or something. It's like they started their own gang and said, we're this gang, leave us the fuck alone, blah, blah, blah. We're going to rob houses and you're on our turf or whatever.
Yes, sir. You had, it's my first day into this, even though I know you've been working on it for several days, so just for my clarity. At one point you did interview a person of interest, correct? And that person was then told that they could leave. Is that person still considered a person of interest by your agency?
All of the individuals that we have been given tips on are persons of interest.
Can you give us a ballpark, whether that's 5 or 50?
No. I can tell you it's more than one.
Do we know?
Can you see if you have any suspects at this time?
We have multiple suspects.
Do we
Yes,
know
ma'am.
what the victims were doing leading up to this?
Not going to answer that one.
All 3 teenagers were shot, and I know this is probably something that goes down into the facts of the case, but I'm curious, have you been able to determine whether they were all shot with the same weapon?
That has to do with forensics, and we have not got that back yet.
Have you made sense of why they were found in different locations?
Not going to answer that one.
So do you believe all 3 of them were targeted potentially by the same person or another wannabe gang? Can you put it?
We're not ruling out anything. Okay?
So it could have been some sort of, albeit in and out of what you consider to be a formalized or recognized gang, could this have been some sort of turf situation where people say, this is my neighborhood?
Everything's a possibility.
And to clarify, were these 3 victims in wannabe gangs, or were they targeted by people that were in gangs?
That information I don't have right now.
Sheriff, do you believe there could be other victims right now? Are you looking for anyone else?
No, we are not looking for anyone else at this time. There is no information or no evidence to indicate that we have a 4th victim out there. And that was one of the other rumors that was put out there on social media. No. And this is to them. I already did one social media post. You don't know what occurred. And if you do, that means you're not coming and talking to us. And you need to. Because we need to solve this and put the dots or put the pieces of the puzzle together so that we can put the individuals that committed the crime behind bars. It's as simple as that. All these speculations, everybody going out there and saying this is what happened, that they don't know. Okay? We do. And obviously I can't tell you everything. And I'm not going to tell you everything.
So, and again, we're all trying, I guess, to try to figure out exactly what the timeline is and what it all means, your investigators and us included. I know you found someone late Thursday, someone early Friday, and someone midday Saturday. Have you been able to conclude, have your investigators been able to conclude whether they were found in the order in which they were killed, or is that still to be determined?
That's still to be determined. Okay?
Did they all die where they were found?
Well, obviously the first one, no, because she died in the hospital.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, so were they shot where they were found, in your opinion?
That I can't give. Can't give that information.
Were they all students at Lake Weir High School?
No, we're not.
Can you tell us, I know the other 2 of the victims requested Marcy's Law with their families, but can you learn more about who these kids are? We know one was a softball player, who were the others? What were they known for? What did they do? Were they from the area?
I don't have that information, so I can't tell you. I don't know. I wish I could.
Sheriff, so you still have suspects outstanding, multiple suspects, you're saying, multiple persons of interest, multiple suspects. For the people who live around Ocklawaha, Lake Weir, that area, who are parents of teenagers, how worried should they be?
I'm a father. I got 2 boys. Now, my wife and I are empty nesters now. I worried about my boys the day they were born, every single day, okay? And here's the thing, and I was going to reserve this because one of a media outlet out there is hounding myself and Chief Balkan because we put on our social media juveniles who commit crimes, okay? You know why we do that? Because as a parent, I'd like to know who my kids hang out with. I like to know who they're associated with. And if they're known criminals, well, my boys would have got their little tails tore up if they hung out with them on a regular basis. That's why we do it, to ensure that everybody knows who's in the community, knows the activity they have. Because if you got juveniles that commit this type of a crime, my sons wouldn't be hanging with them, I can tell you that. Now, as for fear, no.
So the law he's complaining about is the parents or guardians or whatever can come forward and refuse to let them put out the information on juveniles. But it's kind of a catch-22. I understand why they protect juvenile criminals, especially if you fucked up once or twice or blah, blah, blah. But I think if the crime is severe enough, or if it's a repetitive thing, that at some point you got to say, hey, this kid's bad news. We need this on the news so these parents know, because you can't always believe a rumor when someone comes out and said, oh, it was this kid or that kid. So parents know that that's my kid's good friend. I would like to know if he's committing all these crimes and doing all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's the way I see it. Maybe repetitive crime, 3 strikes you're out rule. We're not hiding your identity anymore. Or if it's severe enough, maybe. I don't know.
As long as they pay attention to what their kids are doing. And part of the problem, and I want to hit on this right now.
Liam's class got a speech that said that they were basically the worst class that had been at the middle school so far. They were driving teachers crazy. They were disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. There's definitely something going on in the schools that these kids are. Maybe it's just us being old and saying, oh, it was never that bad when I was your age. But it seems like something's going on, don't it?
You know what the problem in this scenario is? 90% of the time, it's called parental problem. Problem goes back to home. Because I know the question's coming, and I'm going to go ahead and head it off. Has zero to do with the gun. Zero. Okay? Gun did not commit the crime. It's a human being.
What do you mean it's murder?
And we're failing at home. That's the problem.
Is that an indication, Sheriff, that most of your suspects are probably in the teenage realm?
No, that's not what I'm implying. Not at all.
Do you believe that the suspects, the possible suspects?
Of course they're going to give out the names of the murderers. I'm talking about all these kids had records for breaking and entering, robbery, assault, and their previous, some of the parents complained, that's my kid's best friend. I had no idea they had broken into 35 homes. That's what I'm talking about before this crime happened. They've already, we'll see it in the update. They've already admitted to some of that, Dr. J.
All of the victims?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Do you believe that the suspect knew the
Wouldn't you want to know if your kid's real good friend, especially if they're old enough to drive? Let's say your kid's 15 and their friend's 16. Wouldn't you want to know that they're under 18, but he's committed 17 robberies? He held up a gas station 2 years ago and just got out of juvie. You know what I mean?
that were killed, or was this some sort of in-the-moment situation?
I don't have all that information right now. Okay.
But of the public safety in that area,
One of the kids involved, I'll give this away right now, one of the kids involved in this and what has identified himself as one of the people who pulled one of the triggers was 12.
mind is still secure, that people should be able to do their daily business,
Absolutely.
Extracurricular activities, all that kind of stuff,
Absolutely.
without an enormous fear.
Absolutely. That's exactly right.
Do you believe that?
She ain't asked a question yet.
Do you believe that the victims were previously involved in some trouble before their passing?
Trouble before. I can't answer that for all of it because I don't have all the information at the moment. So I can't answer your question, to be honest with you. Okay? And let's be frank. Anybody that associates with a gang at some point in their life, they've done something, whether they've been arrested or not. Okay? So when I tell you they hybrid gangs, people in gangs, it's not a gang because it's all, unicorns and everything else. It's because they do illegal stuff. Simple as that.
And I want to clarify one more time, Sheriff, as far as the gang connection.
Mhm.
Are you saying, or can you tell us if these 3 victims were in this one gang?
I don't have, all right, I'll clarify it this way. There's information that we're being given that there's a possibility of hybrid gangs, and that's about it. I can't tell you who's associated, what gang's associated with, or anything that.
But your victims were associates in that hybrid gang.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, we're just trying to be clear here.
I know. And again, I'm going to go back to the integrity of the case. I'm not going to tell you some things. One, just not going to do it. And 2, we don't know positively. I'm not going to stay here and positively give you an answer to that type of a question without knowing for sure that that person was. And I don't know for sure. Does that make sense?
But it could be a possibility, or is that something you guys are
Yes, ma'am.
investigating? Okay.
It's a possibility because it's information that we were given. Everything's a when we get an information, when we get a lead from individuals, it's a possibility, right?
So just to be clear, you guys are investigating potentially that the victims were part of this hybrid gang or whatever you call it.
What we're investigating is their murder, not necessarily what their association is with a gang. It's just we're investigating their murder.
I know you say there are multiple suspects, but are there multiple shooters?
Can't give you that one.
Because you don't know, or you can't tell us.
Not going to tell you either way.
So we have a proper characterization, Sheriff. I think hopefully I'm summarizing this accurately, that's why I'm asking it this way.
The media, I don't think, thinks about their questions and how that can affect a case. Like when they ask him something like, you know, there's multiple people that you're interested in talking to as suspects, where there are multiple shooters. Well, that could get somebody off. Like they could have all 3 been shooters, right? And when he says, "Oh, we believe there's only one shooter," well, then a person comes in and says, "Oh, I was there, but I was scared to death. You know, that person shot him. I didn't know." You know what I'm saying?
You're investigating obviously a triple homicide of 3 teenagers who all knew one another, and in some form or fashion, there was hybrid gang activity that led to their deaths.
That's information that we are being given.
All right, let's look at the update. Here we go. Also, I think I fixed the dono to where it'll play through twice now. To where the you sure about that? We'll play twice because I think it's a little short.
First of all, I appreciate everybody being here. Now, we're here for two reasons. Because of a very extremely tragic incident that has occurred, but on the other side of the coin, a conclusion to that tragedy. As all of you are well aware, last Thursday, March 30th, we received a call near Forest Lakes Park, where our first victim, Layla Silvernail, was located suffering from a gunshot wound. She would later succumb to her injuries. The following morning, we responded to a location about a half a mile away and located a second victim.
So that evening, they found a victim that was basically almost dead. Then after that, they found the next morning they found another victim, same area.
Gunshot wound. Then on Saturday, April 1st,
the next day,
located Layla's car abandoned and partially submerged in a pond about 9 miles from the location where she was found.
Underwater or partially underwater.
Located the third victim inside of the car. And I'll go ahead and tell you because you've been asking me for specific details. She was located in the trunk. Now, I want to clear up before we get into those details. Based on the interviews, digital evidence from her phone, she was there of her own free will.
Now, this is what's weird to me. This is the first thing that hit me, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? So she was dead in the car trunk of her own free will. So was she in the trunk and accidentally got hit? Was she in the trunk thinking she was going to jump out and instead they shot her? Was she in the trunk and she was part of the murder crew but got shot in the, I don't know. She was there of her own free. This blew my mind. I've talked to Bull about this. I've talked to Jess about this. I don't know why she was in the trunk.
Now, I'm going to start off by thanking all of the entities. If there's ever a true example of law enforcement, communities coming together, and a almost perfect collaboration to come to a conclusion in a week on a triple homicide, is truly amazing. Those entities include the FBI.
I'm going to grab a drink right quick. I'll be right back.
Marshal's office, and in my opinion, probably the best state attorney in the state of Florida for the 5th Judicial Circuit, Bill Gladson's assistant state attorneys. OPD, my deputies, detectives, forensic professionals, and our citizens, who are truly amazing. Now, this one's going to come a shock to you. That includes you, the media. You helped us of getting information. My emotions right now are all over the place because I am so proud of my guys and girls. I didn't do a damn thing, but they stepped up to the plate. And yes, you put information out there, and I'll admit this, you wore my ass out of interviews, you hounded me, but don't ever think I didn't use you as well to get the information I needed. Now, the investigators were able to determine that this group of juveniles were involved in committing burglaries and robberies, which they referred to as a lick.
A lick. Gonna hit a lick.
Now, although we had out there that was gang-related, we have nothing specific to say that it was any rivalry or anything to such that cause. But however, each and every one of them, in some shape or form, is associated with a gang. Basically, simple terms, there is no honor among thieves. And at some point...
So there is no honor among thieves makes it sound like they were all working together at one time.
These three individuals...
No gang rivalry, no alternate gang. They were all working together at one time. No honor among thieves.
...turned on our three victims and murdered them. Two of them.
They turned on them.
They fled the scenes, but left a lot of evidence in their wake. Through the cooperation of the agencies that I previously mentioned and my office, we were able to begin compiling all of the evidence and finding these killers. Now, we were shocked and saddened by the violence, as all of my citizens, because we are shocked.
When Mariah was a child, some of her earliest memories, this is sad, but her dad was a meth head and an alcoholic, and when Mariah was a child, her dad would pass the alcohol back to her and her sisters and have them hold it between their feet on the floorboard while he was driving around with them drinking. My buddy, when I was old enough to drink, I was still underage, but when we were old enough to drive, my buddy had an old car. The floorboard was rusted out on the passenger side. So one time we got pulled over, he flips up the floor mat on my side, like while the cop's coming. He's like, here. And we set the two beers we had open. There was beer under my seat, but the two beers that were open, we set them down through the floorboard onto the ground and flipped the floor mat back down.
Shocked. Not only are the victims juveniles, but the murderers are juveniles as well. I know each of you in the media here and viewers out there probably heard us in law enforcement or even in community events talk about what is the problem. And I'm going to go ahead and address the first thing that I know it's going to come up. Because there are individuals out there viewing, and include some of you media, that want to blame the one thing that has no ability or the capacity to commit the crime itself. And that's the gun. These individuals committed the crime. Now, what's the solution? I wish I could give you that answer, because this world would be a whole lot better. But the fact is, society fails it. We do not hold our juveniles accountable. We minimize their actions. And let me tell you why I say this. Last night, I had to stare into the eyes of two mothers. It's not their fault. Because what I saw last night was two mothers who are willing to give their sons everything, do everything for them, and give them their own lives. But just like you and I, no matter how much we teach them, because I am a father. I am a father, and I cannot fathom what they were going through. These mothers and mothers across this nation
need all of your help. Because here's what infuriates me. I've got a particular media who has a problem with putting photos of juveniles out. Now, we do it what the law says we can do. Put these photos out. I put myself in the shoes of those mothers because I heard one of them say it. I wish I would have known what this one was doing and who they were, because my kid never would have hung out with them. And to think and believe to minimize any actions that is criminal of a juvenile is a disservice and, frankly, stupid to think. We need to hold them accountable. And then hope that we can change them.
Yes, Florida.
I'm not going to be able to give you everything because there
or Florida
is a third suspect that we were unable to locate last night. But however, you will receive, you may already have it, the probable cause affidavit that tells you the details of the events that occurred. I will tell you this. I already told you of the witness hearing the gunshots. That is when all three were killed. The suspects were in the vehicle. This individual, who is a juvenile also, is who we're looking for. Now, I'm talking to the viewers. Some of you know him, you know where he is, and you need to turn him in. Now, I will get him. I will find him, and justice will be completed. As you can imagine, my thoughts are all over this page right now. Fighting these type of crimes requires all of us to come together as a community. And Marion County stepped up to the plate. And we've been successful. Now, I know I've forgotten something, and I'm missing something, so I'm going to open up the floor to questions.
Any type of motive given?
Mentioned it. Robbery.
Sure,
Go to her first.
I want to clarify. I know you said the suspects were in the vehicles. Are you saying all 6 were in there at one time?
Yes, ma'am.
And so the 3 individuals, the 2 that are in custody, and this person, they turned on the other 3 in the vehicle, and that's how this unfolded.
That's correct.
In the commission of a robbery of the 3 victims?
Not going to get into too many more of those details because of the third suspect being out.
Sheriff Wood, Ted Williams with Fox News. Did the suspects and the 3 dead teens, have you been able to determine how long they've known each other?
Not entirely short time.
Short time?
Sheriff, you mentioned the gun. Do we know how the suspect got a hold of the weapon?
Car burglaries. Yeah. Ain't that right? All the gun laws we got in place didn't prevent it, did it? Neither will any new ones. Because here's the fact. The bad guy's going to get a gun no matter what law you have put in place. These juveniles shouldn't even possess a handgun. But they did. And I'll go back to you. Add your question. A simple burglary, as some people will say, but I don't consider anything simple when it comes to a burglary.
I'm trying to find the affidavit.
Up on my page, up on media, I will hand it out if the law allows me, because parents have the right to know who their kids are hanging out with and preventing this.
What did the suspect's parents say when you spoke with them about their arrest?
I personally didn't speak to them about the arrest. It was immediately after the interviews in which I talked to the mothers. But really, they don't have a whole lot to say. If you're a parent, put yourself in their shoes. Holy hell. Panic. I'm scared to death as a parent. Embarrassed. Ashamed. What do you think they're going to say?
Sheriff Wood, do you know if these 3 juveniles will be tried as adults?
All right, state attorney's office is reviewing that right now, okay? So I don't want to say yes and then turn around no, then you'll end up calling me a liar at some point. So.
What does accountability, to kind of piggyback off that, so what does accountability look like for you? I know you talked about juveniles being held accountable for their actions.
I will refrain an awful lot on that answer to this question, to the full extent of the law. Okay, don't take me wrong. I might be hard on people, but I also have a heart. And I've already told you, I am a father.
To the full extent of the law, that's right.
One thing my boys know, growing up, the freaking barber had my permission to whip their asses. And not only that, when this stuff came up on TV, I pointed him. I said, you don't have to worry about the law coming after you. Full extent. Because they took a life. Are y'all comprehending that? They took a life without thought. They deserve the full extent of the law.
Had you come in contact with these teams before? Because I see the pictures. Are these mugshots from previous?
Everything I see just says that Wood said the probable cause affidavit will be released in a short time. That was from 7 hours ago. I can't find the actual affidavit. I'd like to read it because it'll have, like, on this date, they drove here, they picked up them, girl got in the back, you know, whatever. It might have been the case, like Dr. J. Banana said, where she was in the fucking trunk because they didn't want to get pulled over for too many people in the car. There was 6 of them in a car.
But have we? Minimum contact. I can tell you right now. I know somebody over here had a question.
Sure.
Andy?
Do I understand correctly that the 3 victims were an active part of crimes prior to their deaths with these 3? Is that correct?
I don't want to give too much detailed information, okay? But let me put it this way. My dad was a fireman. Always said, where there's smoke, there's fire, okay? Folks, don't ask dumbass questions. And Andy, I apologize. Really?
Sorry.
Spell it out to you? What do you think they were doing? They're associated with a gang, and I've told some of y'all in interviews, gangs don't go to church on Sunday and then preach the gospel for the next 6 days.
Don't ask dumbass questions, Andy. No offense, but goddamn, Andy. Somebody get Andy the fuck out of here. Send him with Denise.
How simple is this idea? Where are we losing it? And I know we're going long, but this is my press conference, not yours.
Sure.
Yes.
If all 6 were committing crimes, do you have line to 3 turn on the other 3?
I can't divulge that. I wish I could tell you. I'll tell you when we get this one. Okay? Listen, I want to tell you everything. I really do. And since day one, I've wanted to tell you anything. They have had a leash on me like you wouldn't believe. Next. Let's get somebody new.
Do we know the timeline of the 3 victims in terms of how they were shot? Was it all at once? And then?
Hold back. Okay. You heard the bosses.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how they were apprehended? Were they hanging out somewhere? How were you able to catch up with them?
Do you want? Yeah.
The one subject on the previous photo, Rob Robinson, was in custody already at the juvenile detention facility.
He was in juvie. He had been picked up the next day.
At his house.
The very next morning, he was picked up for getting in a fight at school.
Yes, they have to serve him a search warrant.
So they weren't on anything. Were they even surprised you didn't see you show up?
Yes, they were very surprised we showed up.
Are you able to make any statements as to what they said?
I'll leave that to the sheriff.
No, you'll get that eventually. We told you he was in DJJ. He was arrested by OPD the next morning after the murder.
What were the charges on that? I believe there was a form of a fray at school.
And a fray at the school. Oh, that's what I call a light bulb coming on right there. Remember I just talked about minimizing and holding students accountable? Our school districts, not just here, I'm not going to point out just mine, school districts across this state and across this nation need to quit minimizing the actions of their students. Hold them accountable. That's where the failure is.
Do we know where the last suspect was seen? The last place he was seen.
We're going to hold that one.
Did all 3 have guns, or was it just 1 gun? And
I'm trying to get Mariah more flexible. I'm glad you're flexible like that.
All right.
I want to be able to put her ankles behind her ears.
I'm not going to answer. Okay. Some of it I will. The one I will
turn her over and wear her like a horse on a feed bag.
Is the 2 confessed.
That was wrong. That was messed up.
Our 3rd victim in the trunk.
How many guns were involved?
I'm not going to answer that one. I appreciate your questions. You wouldn't be doing your job if you didn't ask. Any others?
Sheriff, is the 3rd suspect, does the public worry about him?
No, the community doesn't need to worry about them outside of, I want them to find them. That's what they need to worry about, is locating them for me. And they do. If you ain't ever watched my Wanted by Woods Wednesday, that's successful and they find them. I'll allow one more.
Are these juveniles all students at the same school?
No. All righty. Thank you.
I think I missed part of it, but maybe I just wasn't listening at the time. They asked if there's multiple shooters. And those 2 kids, the 12-year-old and the other one that was arrested a little bit older, 15 or something, 16, they have already admitted that they did 2 of the shootings, that they were trigger men for 2 of the shootings. So they all shot one. It was like they all had to shoot one of them or something. I want to know why that girl's in the fucking car by her own free will. That's crazy. That's crazy. I've got a question for you. Do you know that your death your birth, everything that you'll do from this moment on has technically already been written down. Not like in some like esoteric fucking in the book of life, God, blah, blah, blah. It's already been written. Everything that can possibly be written has already been written. I just found this out a couple weeks ago, and it blew my mind, and I was just thinking about it. There's a sentence out there that says, William went and shot this person, and they died. Like, it's already been written. There is a library called not supposedly, it's already down. There's a library called the Library of Babel. The Library of Babel. It's a computer program. And it uses an algorithm that has written in the English language every possible combination of words that exist in every possible order that they can be written in, including commas and periods. No other punctuation. Forever. There is no there hasn't been said, but there is no combination of words, periods, and commas that can be made out of the English language that has not been written already. So this is the Library of Babel here. I know this is kind of like a jump from what we were just covering, but this blew my mind. I've been like stuck on it. I can't help it. Basically, it uses an algorithm for every proper noun, every word in the English language, every name, all that stuff. Like your name might not be spelled right, but if it's a proper noun, a common proper noun, it's already written. And it uses this algorithm, and it holds these books in these little separate pods. It holds these, like so many books in a little separate pod, and that has a number classifier. And it's not just like when you look it up, it just puts out random text. The whole library already exists. When there's new words added, if there's a new word added and it's actually added to the dictionary, it updates itself to add that into every fucking combination again. Let's see the theory behind it. And my research has continued since I wrote the pages. I have corrected to expand upon the tar for mortar, the Library of Babel, the dream of totality, available in open. First paragraph spells the Library of Babel offers a minute description of the universe has doomed his librarians to inhabit. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, why do they use hexagons? Grains of sand, alphabets, and irony seen from within Tower of Babel.
Doctor _ J
You sure about that?
cheered Dex 500.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
There you go. It plays twice now.
You sure about that?
Perfect, Dr. J.
You sure about that?
Thank you very much. So basically, it took every word in the English language and has laid them out in every order you could possibly, like every new joke has already been written down. Every new combination, like say for the first time I'm saying right now that Trump decided to jump from a plane without a parachute in Daytona Beach, Florida. That's already been written down because it's a combination of words that could be made. So technically, it has never been said. I was the first one to say that, but it's already been written in here. We can go through some of this. Hold on. Browse. The library is divided into hexagonal chambers, each with 4 walls of bookcases, 5 shelves per wall, and 32 volumes per shelf. Enter any combination of up to 3,260 numbers and or lowercase letters, or choose from the list below. So here's the virtual library. Here's a bookshelf, and let's grab a book. Let's grab this one. Oh, that's not one. Let's grab this one. So this is just gibberish. You can't even make up gibberish. Okay, let's see if there's like bookmarkable. Oh, I'm sorry. So there are some words in here. In some back to Portal. Let's go. Is there like famous reference hex? It's about to get lost in the Library of Babel. So like every letter combination. So when someone earlier said new words, there are no new words. Every letter combination had been made. Every letter combination has been made. For example, means the book you're reading is the 16th volume. What is this one? I wonder if this one's one. Every letter combination of letters, periods, and whatever has been written down. How crazy is that? How fucking crazy is that? In the Library of Babel, everything ever that could be written has been written. That's crazy, dude. That blows my fucking mind. I've been playing around with this for weeks. Like not the actual library, but people talking about the library. Hold on, let's do this. I know somebody can explain it better. Library of Babel. Has it got 2 B's or 1 B? 1 B. Veritasium right here. Listen to this. Somebody, you can play whatever mod approves that. You can play the dono clip if it's approved.
Permanent location for any 3200 character. You can find the permanent location for any 3200 character text. You
Okay. Good day. Good night, everyone. Now say good night, Daddy. Good night, Daddy. Say love you. Love you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you. So basically, if it's less than 3,200 characters, it's already been written. But even if it's more than 3,200 characters, it's been written somewhere else. As long as it's not repetitive, you know, every combination, every word has ever been written down already. Thank you very much, Holly. I appreciate it.
permanent location for any 3,200 character text. You can find in this library the description of your birth, every possible description of your death.
Holy shit. William Byrd was born and died years later. William Byrd was born and died years later. Oh, and died. Oh, it won't let you use numbers. William Byrd was struck by a fire truck responding to his own emergency call. William Byrd was struck by a fire truck responding to his emergency call, to his own emergency call. Page 318 of 410, and this is the book that it appears in. What do you want to see? Miss Priss has a foot fetish. And it's not just making this shit up. Miss Priss has a foot fetish. Like this, everything that can be written down in any combination whatsoever has already been written down. Here it is again. Miss Priss has a foot fetish. There it is. Every combination. I don't know how it's. Let me let him explain this because I can't explain this.
Every poem, every joke, every lie, anything that could be said can be found on this site. This thing blurs the line between invention and discovery. Did you really discover or invent?
Even misspelled words. Quizzaciously.
That thing, if its description.
Every combination of letters that's ever been written can be written. It's already been written.
10 to the 5,000 different pages are offered by the Library of Babel. In comparison, there are only 10 to the 80 atoms in the observable universe. I searched for what I...
Someone in the comments says this library is basically a recorder. You type in text you want to see and boom, it's magically there. That's not true. Every combination of letters, 10 to the 5,000th power. Okay? That's 10 times 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 10. So you do that 5,000 times of pages are already in there.
Just said, and sure enough, in this hexagon, on this wall, this shelf, in this volume, on this page, it's there.
So he just looked up his own scripts on this library, on this wall, in this shelf, on this book, on this page. It says 5,000 different pages are offered by the library, blah, blah, blah. There are only 10 to the 80 atoms. There's more pages to this book than there are atoms in the universe.
It's there. Hello. We use a finite number of symbols to say things. For that reason, a library of every finite combination of those symbols can be made. But just because it can be made doesn't mean...
I don't think it means anything. Like, it's not existential or anything. It's an algorithm that he said, okay, computer, take these letters, numbers, combinations, and make all of them. Every combination ever. But it's just kind of crazy that every 3,200 combinations. So if there's a sentence or a character or a string of characters at all, whether they make sense or not, less than 3,200, not only have they been written, they've been written in the correct order.
Has been said. That is the power we have. Perhaps you and I were born too late to explore the world and too early in history to explore the stars, but we were born at just the right time, which is pretty much all times ever, to explore language, to explore what can be said. What should be said? What should we send out to space? What that can be said will you be the first to say? And as always,
has Jason Q printed this off yet? I hope. And as always, thanks for watching. Ramesh is an enemy of the cold beer confessional. Ramesh is an enemy of the cold beer confessional. Here it is. With random characters. It's where's it found at? It's in this book on this shelf. Oh, I'm sorry. It's in this library. On wall number 3, shelf number 2, volume 1. Ramesh is an enemy of the cold beer confessional. There it is. So now if you go to the Library of Babel, it's the Library of Babel.info, and typed in 0ALWG561K2EM533Y8 XUVBU73CM UJGR GBRHS8VKVAI, and went to that library, and then went to wall 3, shelf number 2, volume 1, and looked this motherfucker up on page 295. It would say Ramesh is an enemy of the cold beer confessional. We're just searching something here. Don't worry about it. There it is. There it is. Somebody better tell him to fire up a lawsuit machine. Somebody better tell him. 200 bits. Thank you very much. That's from Ribeye 15. Somebody better fire up the lawsuit machine. There it is. the devil's grandson, Jervis, is a dastardly, I don't know how to spell that, fellow. Is it disastardly or dastardly? Dastardlier? No, I want dastardly fellow. There it is. Search. The devil's grandson, Jervis, is a dastardly fellow. Like, what the fuck? Everything that could possibly be written has already been written. Every combination of letters and words. So what does that mean? So that means if you knock off the last word in that phrase, so that means that let's say like Will Bird is my hero. That'll show up here on wall 4, shelf 3, volume 14. But if I put my hero is Will Bird, it would be on a different shelf. That's on wall 2, shelf 2, volume 10 of a different library. Like every combination possible has ever that could be written is already written down. So Will Bird will die in 2024 at the age of, let's see, I'm 34 right now, right? 35. Oh, at the age of 35, after the best sex of his life, will die in 2024. Will Bird will die in 2024 at the age of 35 after the best sex of his life. Boom. Done. Will Bird will die in 2024 at the age of 35 after the best sex of his life. Mariah will not be present. Search. Boom. Different page. Will Bird will die in 2024 at the age of 35 after the best sex of his life. Mariah will not be present. But even if I go back and add a comma, it's going to give me a different page. Will Bird will die in 2024, comma, at the age of 35, comma, after the best sex of his life. Mariah will not be present. Different fucking book, bro. Different fucking book. A completely different book with the commas. I don't know. Is that not crazy? Does that not blow? How does that not fuck with your head? How does that not fuck with your head? Several members of your community will leave the fold to become Buddhists in the winter of 2023. Boom. Already been written. They already knew about it. They knew. The book knows all. How crazy is that, dude? I don't know what else to say. It's wild. It's wild that this exists. But because we use a finite number of letters in the English language, and there's not like new letters all the time or combinations of new letters or new ones, we're not inventing new letters. It was bound to happen at some point. And one night it did. Papa come home and it was just us kids. He had a dozen roses and a bottle of wine. If he was looking to surprise us, he was doing fine. I heard him call for Mama up and down the hall. I heard the bottle break against the bedroom wall. That old diesel engine made an eerie sound when Papa fired it up and headed in. I know what I'll do. Look at this. Hold on. Bug Dude just says, Cold Beer Confessional, what does it say about saving the kiddies? Copy. Paste. Boom. Like the chat, any 3,200 string letters of chat have already been written down. Like I could take that message, then the message below it, copy, paste. I have to get rid of that. Then the message below that, Kettleheads, good evening and good to see you, copy. The message below that, Bug Dude 53. Copy. The message below that, Laugh Out Bergie 45. Copy. The message below that says Happy Easter to all. Period. Copy. Search. Boom. It was already written down before you said it. Cold Beer Confessional, what does it say about saving the kiddies? Wait till the Q-tards get a hold of this. Kettlebeds, good evening and good to see you. Bug Dude, Laugh Out Loud, Burgie, Happy Easter to all. It was already written down. All of it was already written down. That's how the mods found out you got messages deleted in the past. I can see all the messages you've ever sent and if you've had any deleted. That's all on whatchamacallit? Twitch. So not exactly, but it says that you've sent 502 messages. You've had 0 timeout, 0 bans, and 0 mod comments. You have a badge for subscriber. You're a tier 1 sub, been sub for 2 months. You've been following me since March 13th of 2023, and your account was created on February 9th of 2023. Twitch has all the data. All the data. It'll even tag you as a suspicious user if it thinks that you have multiple accounts. I got you, PR. From henceforth, look up what I've got to say so I don't have to post it. Copy. How does this not blow your all's mind, dude? Like, I can't deal. Not only is that written down, from henceforth, look up what I say so I don't have to post it, but it's on several different pages. It's on multiple pages because the 3,200 characters behind it fuck it up. It's on multiple pages. My mind's blown. My mind's fucking blown. I don't even know what to say. Except, thank you for the donations. I appreciate it.
Okay. Good day. Good night, everyone. I'll say good night, Daddy. Good night, Daddy. Say love you. Love you.
No, you don't have to type it in. The problem is there's 10 to the 5,000th power pages or books. You don't have to type it in. You could go over here and randomly grab a book, any book you fucking want, and find a string of characters here. Next 1,000. So I could just find one, find a book, grab a book. The problem is there's so much gibberish that it's hard to even find words. That's why they have this Englishize here that picks out basically words or groups of words. Rod, ha, met, blah, blah, blah. There's so many that it's hard to find a string of text unless you search for it, because you're going to get a ton that are just this gibberish. Icon gay. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you knew what, like, we can do this. Hold on. Let's open up a search and put in cold beer confessional is the best show on the internet. Also false. But, all right, so now we get this book, okay? So we got this book. If I go back over here and I could go to browse hex name, I'm going to put in the hex name. And then I need to go to Wall 1, Shelf 4, Volume 31. So go to Wall 1, Shelf 4, Volume 31. And then go to page 213. And then go down to about here on there. Okay. Oh, wait, I fucked something up. What did I fuck up? Because I've got two different texts. Oh, I didn't get these 3 dots, damn it. This is what I should have searched. Copy. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me go back. Library of Babel.info. I should have searched that one. And then we're going to go back to that page. And then we're going to go back here. Hold on. That was my bad. I didn't put in the full hex code. There it is. Okay. Now we're going to go Wall 1. Shelf 4. I'm sorry. Wall 1. Shelf 4. And then volume 31. Volume 31. Volume 31. And then we're going to go down. I still did it fucking wrong, didn't I? Wall 1, Shelf 4, Volume 30, Volume 31. Oh, I didn't go to the right page. I'm an idiot. Page 213, page 213. That's what I didn't do right. I never did the pages on the second time I did it. Page 213, there it is. ELG, and then it says Cold Beer Confessional is the best show on the internet. Here's the highlighted one. See how it's in darker text? This is the one I searched for. And this is the page there. Technically, yeah, if like, let's say, back to Portal, let's say, search. The mission is a go. Stop. Eliminate the target at noon. Search. Technically, I could send you all of this, and then maybe I would add a keyword. Maybe I would add orangutan. Orangutan. Search. Technically, I could send you this hex code followed by 3527, and most people wouldn't know what the fuck it was, but there you would see it. You would see orangutan. The mission is a go. Eliminate the target at noon. Yeah, you could technically send a bunch of messages. That's the only way to find it. You have to, like, I can't go through, like, hold on. 10 to the 5,000th power. I can't just search that many fucking pages. Like, you see, I don't know how to like, there's so many pages. If I looked at one page a second, I don't have a long enough lifespan to get through all the pages. You have to have something that'll tell you what page it'll be on. Like, I would never get to this is the hex code. Let me type it all out. This is the hex code for the library. See all that text that I just put in the chat? That's just what that one library. Plus wall 1, shelf 4, volume 5. Like, there's no fucking way that I would ever get this far in the library. There's no way to find it other than searching and know where to fucking look. I'm sure someone else could say, hey, go look at this, blah, 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 whatever. But there's no other way to do it. Yeah, I put it in text and I put it in search and hit enter, but it existed before I hit enter. Can't add it to an active library faster than I could fucking find it. But I'm saying that's not true. The algorithm's all here. If you knew how to read the algorithm, all their work's here. It's been peer reviewed. It's been studied. It's had research papers written on it. It's all there. Like, it's not, a lot of people say that. Like, you hit the search bar and it just throws it in somewhere. But that's not true. It's already there, and all the math behind it has already been peer reviewed. It is only because we only use, a certain number of letters, or it wouldn't exist. Hold on, we'll grab a Library of Babel. A lot of people said the same thing in the comments. It's just waiting for you to say something, and then it's just adding it somewhere. But it's not. It all already exists. And if a man had enough time, you could go through and find, a sentence that exists that no one's ever searched. Well, I guess there wouldn't be a way to prove no one's ever searched it, but you could go through over and over and over until you found, like, a string of words that made sense to you or that you thought made sense. There's a video game by the same name, so it'd be hard to find shit on it. But here's somebody that tries to explain it, maybe. Let's see what they say. Just the audio.
I told you that I know everything about you. Where you live, what time and day you were born, what you're doing this very second, how you will die, and every single detail about your life and every interaction you have or will ever have. Well, I'd be lying. But I do know where to find this information, and that is not a lie. Let me introduce to you the Library of Babel. This is a website created by Jonathan Basile in 2015 that literally contains everything that has been written, will be written, or could be written.
So this is how many rooms there are in the library. Those zeros is 10 to the 5,000th power. The wall of text I just posted, That's how many rooms there are. And each room has 4 walls. Each wall has a bookshelf on it. Each bookshelf has 35 rows. Each 35 rows, they have 35 books or some shit.
No exceptions.
It's literally already there. It's already stored. It's already stored on servers.
Here's how it works.
Nothing's generated now. It's already been done and the work is complete. It's not doing anything active right now.
From 1941, the library is split into hexagonal rooms with 4 bookshelves each. Each bookshelf contains 5 shelves, each shelf 20 books, and each book has 410 pages in it. Each page contains 3,200 characters. These characters...
I wanted somebody to explain the math behind it.
Spaces, commas, and periods. What's special about these pages is that each one is unique. So technically speaking, by...
So, you don't understand like how it's stored? So, he wrote a computer algorithm that said, take every possible combination of these 26 letters in any order within 3,200 frame. Like if you type more than 3,200, you won't get a result. Within 3,200 characters, I want every combination of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, space, all the letters, space, comma, and period. I wanted to see somebody explain the math behind it.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's Matt, and today I want to show you this website called the Library of Babel.
And a algorithm, I mean, he didn't go through and type everything out. An algorithm went through and made every fucking combination possible. There's nobody that would be alive long enough to type everything out. How many books are in the Library of Babel? The Library of Babel re-explained. Let's see what this one is.
It's officially April 8th, 2016, and it is snowing outside. And no, I don't live in Alaska. It's just the weather is being really, really...
Okay, you're on my nerves.
I don't know the exact number, but those comments pretty much fall into 3 categories. First of all, there's just the wow, holy cow, this is mind-blowing. Thanks for telling us all about it. And I don't really have anything to say to those comments. But second, we have the holy cow, you're an idiot for believing that this website could ever possibly store...
No, the arrangement of words already exists. The arrangement of word already exists.
All this information, it's a hoax. It's just taking the information you're putting and
every arrangement that could potentially exist already exists. So there's every page that says cold beer confessional already exists. Every page that says confessional cold beer. Every one that says beer confessional cold already exists.
Putting in a bunch of random characters, blah, 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 blah. You're dumb. You're wasting your time with your life. Go home and die in a hole. Because this is pretty much how I imagine the really obnoxious YouTubers talk all...
Oh my God, just go.
To address all of those people who say that this website is impossible. I am well aware of the data storage limitations of a website like this, and that it could not possibly be storing all of the information. That would be like yottabytes upon yottabytes of data. But if you would actually listen...
It decodes the algorithm.
Website, you would have heard that I very clearly said it used an algorithm to generate the pages when you searched for them. So the reason I think this website is so fascinating is not because I think that it has actually stored every piece of information we could ever write in the English language, because
that's
impossible. But what
love the show, Will. Keep up the good work. Leslie bought you 26 packs. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
It does do is search.
So all the work has already been done. And it gives you the code, the hex code for all the text. How many pages does Cold Beer Confessional or that combination appear on? I'll have to look. It gives you the hex code that generates that works back through the algorithm.
Example of the fact that our language is inherently limited. The website will always generate the same information at the same book address in the library, and so you can, in a sense, find everything that will ever be written, and it's the fact that that limit even exists that makes this website so cool. Because we as humans tend to think that we can keep discovering and creating and exploring and finding new things forever, but by the mere fact of our language, that is not possible. Sure, the limit is huge, but it does exist. Now, for those of you who want me to explain how...
I wish I could find the Veritasium video on it. I know I'll get a copyright strike on it, but I'm sure he will explain it a lot better. Even if you spell it wrong. Yeah, if you misspelled, well, any string of characters would already exist. Like if I just hit a bunch of letters, as long as it's not more than 3,200, I just banged on the keyboard and those rows appear here. Like the letters I just banged into the keyboard appear here. There's not enough. I guess I explained it wrong. There wouldn't be enough storage to hold this all the time. But where the algorithm's already been run, Atsuko bought you 5 6-packs, soy sauce soup ramen or clear soup ramen. I don't know what that means. The ramen I eat comes with a chicken flavor packet. Thank you very much. But do you have chicken flavored packet ramen? I don't know what that means. But so basically, I said it stores it all automatically. It technically can't store it all. But the algorithm's already been run. So any combination of letters you put in, it would generate where that would be in that library rather than storing every page constantly ever forever on servers. It generates that. So if I search it today and then I search it 10 years from now, the algorithm's always going to set that place at the same place. So like, how could I explain this? If let's let Vsauce explain it. I'll think about it. Yeah, like the algorithm's already been ran theoretically to where every page, we know an absolute number of pages it would take. We know every appearance that's already going to be there of every letter that would already in any order, in any space, any amounts of space, any amounts of periods, any amounts of whatever letters, misspellings. The library is a reference to that, and once that, because it runs through the algorithm that's already been ran, once you run to that page, blah, 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 it pulls up that page through the algorithm. Every page already exists. It only needs to be looked up through the algorithm. So if I took every letter on this page, this is a way to like check your math. So like, you know, when you like, let's say you do multiplication and you do 7 times 3 is 21. Well, you can take 21 and divide it by 7 and make sure that's right. Correct? Or you do 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 minus 2 is 2. So technically, I could take every letter on this page, run it back through the algorithm the other way, all these letters to this page, run it back through the algorithm the other way, and it would give me the room, shelf number, wall number, shelf number, and page number that I'm on, because it would work both ways. It's basically just it was a project to prove that the way we limit our speech with a set number of characters, there's no way that anything new can ever be produced, I guess. Like the computer could produce it quicker. The permanent location for any 3,200 character text. Pages. So, okay. So 10 to the 5,000 pages are available. 10 to the 80th power is how many atoms are in the universe. How many atoms are in the fucking universe? So, obviously, we can't store all the pages, but the algorithm is already set up that all the pages already exist. Technically. He found the script to this video. It says 10 to the 5,000th, 10 to the 5,000th different pages are offered by the Library of Babel. In comparison, there was only 10 to the 80th atoms in the observable universe. I searched for what I've just said. Sure enough, in this hexagon, on this wall, this shelf, and this volume, on this page, it's there. Hello. There's also, I guess I didn't show you this, there's also title pages. So if every combination exists already, and it includes spaces, if I type in cold beer confessional, then there has to be a page that only includes cold beer confessional and the rest of the 3,200 digits. The rest of the 3,200 characters are spaces. And that would be a page like this. Right? So cold beer confessional and all the rest of the 3,200 characters or whatever on a page are all spaces. So that one has to exist as well. That means there also has to be one that's all those spaces and then cold beer confessional. But it doesn't actually give you that. It gives you with random characters, with random English words, and title search. Cold beer confessional title. And then all of this is just random characters underneath it. Those are the pages that it generates right off the shelf. I can't tell you how many pages Cold Beer Confessional is on because it won't generate that number of pages. It would fucking, I'm sure it would crash my computer. If every combination ever is out there, it would crash my computer. But because it's an algorithm, that page was already generated before I searched it, and I could always go back to that page indefinitely. Not because I wrote that text, because that text is filtered through an algorithm to find out every combination that thus far, and I can find that combination. So maybe I explained it wrong at first, but I'm trying my best to wrap my fucking head around it too. I saw this video, the TikTok video, like 2 weeks ago or some shit, and since then I've watched a few videos on it, and I've just been playing with the website. Oh, did it replay? Oh, no, it plays twice for some reason. It loops twice with Veritasium. By the way, here's a video I want to watch. Copy link address. We can get off the Tower of Babel now. Or the tower, the Library of Babel.
Been gone a little while.
Gotcha, man.
I ain't got to be on here every day covering somebody that's on a downward spiral. He'll stay on that downward spiral, and he'll be there when I come back. We'll cover a little bit of that today. And if y'all are wondering if I'm going to speak on the whole Bud Light thing, man, I already covered that in that TikTok earlier. I'll throw it right here. Everybody talking like, oh, I can't drink Bud Light no more because of what they're doing on the internet, because of what advertisement they're doing. Since when, as American men, did we base our beer taste on what's going on the internet? What's
I didn't write the search function for it. I'm just telling you it's there. I don't know. I didn't write the search feature.
If it don't apply, let it fly. Shit don't bother me. It ain't changed my life in no way, I can tell you that.
Oh, what you want? He transforms. Hold on.
That's all I'm going to say.
Is it going to transform? I don't give a fuck who. If you're looking for a company, that don't support some type of whatever you want to call it, woke agenda, there are none. Good luck.
That's how I feel about that, man. It kind of caught me off guard. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't ready for it. So, Mr. Ryan Upchurch.
Well, they are already written, but every combination of those numbers are written in text form. So it would be every combination of every set of numbers. Oh, shit.
Was a man of your word. So, Mr. Ryan Upchurch, I thought you was a man of your word and was going to leave old Bible Gator alone.
FJ Outlaw is now released from his label and is now an independent artist. Thank you for negotiating with me at ACAL 1. Now I'm going to keep my word and quit fucking with Brabo, and I'm going to get back to work. A man is only as good as their word. Y'all have a blessed night. Oh, no.
Man's only as good as his word, right? So, we all knew yours ain't shit, man. It ain't been shit lately. And it's the drugs, man. I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying it's your lifestyle. And, you know, listen, your lifestyle's okay, like your friend just told you, like you just said a minute ago.
Just so y'all know, man, hey, even people you think got their shit all the way together, they don't. But you know what helps a lot? Having some real-ass, good-ass friends. Because they will remind you that, who cares? You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been going through a lot of shit, but who fucking cares?
A friend just pointed something out to me. Yeah. Who cares if your life's a wreck? As long as you're doing cool shit, right? Get rid of that friend as soon as you can, Bubby. I'm talking yesterday. That friend does not fuck with you like you think they do. Anyway, since you didn't keep your word in the most recent video you did, is fuck with Bravo Gator. All right, let's run it. Let's see some of the shit you're talking about.
Dude, look at that. Look at this shit, bro. There ain't no room in this car, bro. Look, LeBron James.
Okay. Is the man supposed to do something about how big a Corvette is? Shit, you lightweight saying he's big.
Brabo Gator is another musician.
He's lightweight saying, damn, check it out.
FJ Outlaw is a musician as well that wrote the... You can tell, you can see me walk and the way I talk. You can tell I'm a product of the trailer park. Hold on, I think that's his song. Is this it?
whoa. Now when you see me walking, hear the way I talk, it's obvious that I'm a product of the trailer park, and I'm not so small when it comes to math, but I bet $100 I can whip your ass. Now when
That's a musician. That's the FJ Outlaw.
He's so big he barely fits in there. That's some goofy shit, man.
Shit. The fuck is holding this mirror on, cuz? What is this? An audio wire out of somebody's radio?
No. It's not an aux cable.
The point is, he said he was going to leave this guy alone, and clearly now he's not.
Car, and they had some balloons or some shit tied to us. Probably been through some parades. You know how these old Corvettes do. Whoever in the town owned that. Fuck off, dude. Let's move on.
What the fuck? This missing a whole ass door panel, cuz?
Yeah, no door panel. Damn, that's a hell of a thing to pick on for, ain't it? From the, that's your whole image from country. I like an old box Chevy with a busted window.
I mean, they're all over the internet, you know.
That's where he beat the windows out of his own truck because his brother was driving it.
Life is horrible.
And his mom called the law, scared to death, crying because he was at that where she was staying, beating the windows out of a car. Teach him a lesson.
Go into your imagination. Imagine a man with 3 million subs who claims to be on top of this music thing, who comes out and says he does it better than CMT. He knows how to do it better than all of them. Now imagine that same guy not realizing when he puts this next clip in, making fun of the guy that was following Bravo Gator in that Corvette.
Look, here's this homeboy in the background like, hey, bro, if you break down, I got you. Just tap the brake 3 times so I know what's up.
He's too stupid to realize that the edit of him overshadowed what he was even referring to. Hit the brake lights 3 times, right? I still edit iMovie. And you're going to try to clown this dude because this rare old Corvette ain't got...
He has, and I liked him a lot. He's an awesome success story of kind of making it on your own, again, without the record label, of not changing who you are, blah, 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 but he has cracked. It's showing.
Music, right? You got to claim it's AI that wrote it. Man, it's sad, dude. It would be so nice to just be a dude that can put out your own music and just kick back and be like, okay, then let the music speak for itself. But, and I don't know if it's lack of confidence as much as it is just...
This is the other musician here. I'll play a little snippet of his music just because I played the other one. I know who FJ Outlaw is.
They say love will make you do some crazy shit. Well, it just so happens I'm crazy. When you said forever, I took it to heart. I'll catch two bodies if somebody ever made love to your body. Baby, you don't want these problems, no.
That's him with Savannah H. Dexter, another musician. So they're all musicians, and I guess Ryan's fucking hit him up.
Damn, man, I put out...
I like Adam Calhoun. Ryan lost me not because he's making fun of people, not because this, not because that. When he went on the true crime kick, he lost his... He was saying that YouTubers were trafficking fake crime victims and making up crimes before... And Kylie Rodney wasn't dead. She's still alive. She was actually played by an actress. She's actually 10 years older than she appears in all the footage because it's this other girl and her dad's her grandpa and she doesn't really exist. And it was a GoFundMe scam for her wealthy family that owns a ski lodge to scam people out of $30,000. And like, he lost it. Any YouTuber that has purple lights or purple in their background, they're a trafficker because that's the sign of traffic. Like, it was wild. I couldn't believe... He was on a live stream one day, and this is what made me stop and think, God damn, he's as bad or worse than the Q-tards. He was looking up a ski lodge that his family, Kylie Rodney's family had some type of, he got a cease and desist. That's why he doesn't talk about Kylie Rodney anymore, by the way. That her family had some part in. And he was looking it up on Google Earth, and then he backed out. Then he tried to go back to that same spot and claimed it was all changed because Google was watching his live stream and he had to shut down the live stream because he was going to get to the bottom of this, and they were changing the maps as he was looking them up. Now, Street View. He was changing the maps so they had to look them up. What really happened is he clicked a block away and went to a different area because we went back. The maps are still the same to this fucking day. I just checked them a couple weeks ago because somebody was asking me about it. To this fucking day, they were the same. He just clicked a block away. Honest mistake. But when your first thought is, oh my God, Google's changing the maps because they're watching my live stream. I can't deal with that.
But let me check out some of those. Man, let me shit on it. Let me shit on it because it's making me feel some type of way. You know. Like when you got a girlfriend and this other good looking dude start coming around. Hey, if you're confident.
Google does some sketchy shit. If you think they're watching my live stream to change maps, you have no idea what sketchy shit they're doing.
Like, hey, what's up, man? It is what it is. But when you ain't confident, you're like, hey, man, fuck him. Hey, you know, he got a little dick, right? Oh, hey, you know, shit. I seen that poem he tried to write you. Yeah, that was AI. You got that poem off Google. It makes you look stupid, bro. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm
usually Got Your Man's funnier, but I think he's sick.
Instagram, but you blocked me, remember? Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Me and you too. And I don't want him to be. Like, I hate this. I hate that I had to make a video and say, hey, I no longer support, what he's doing over there. It's just gone. Like, he's such an awesome success story. A guy from Tennessee, grew up fucking poor, making YouTube videos, started making this basically a rap country that nobody was really making at the time. Told the record labels to kiss his ass. He wasn't signing one of those contracts where they own him. Produced his own music, got it out, got this huge fan base that fucking loves him. Everything he comes out, they fucking buy and love, and meet and greets and celebrity status, and bought his mama and daddy and his brothers and sisters cars and homes and gave money away. But man, I honestly think it's a guy told me one time, everybody I see make it big on social media is fucking on uppers, basically on speed. There isn't enough time in the day or enough energy to make all the content you need to put out in a day, do all the shows, all the meet and greets, respond to all the fans, write all the emails, sign all the deals, that basically everybody's fucking on it. Everybody's on it.
Bro, who let y'all into Ghost Ranch to do a video shoot, bro? Y'all done stole one of my cars I forgot about, and y'all's in my driveway, bro.
Really? Really? We're doing that again? Like the Katie Noel that named her song Southern because it's on your knuckles and had a white Chevy truck because you had a white Chevy truck.
Adderall. Yeah, everybody's on Adderall.
Bravo Gator.
Because honestly, it wears me the fuck. I'm not on any. Fuck, if you guys know somebody to hook me up, it wears me the fuck out trying to make a content. Well, I was making content 7 days a week for 3 years, and people are like, "Why don't you take all your videos and chop them up and make clips so I don't have to watch them all? Why don't you make a mega cut? Why don't you do a fucking 24-hour stream? Why didn't you respond to my email? I guess Will's mad at me. He didn't respond to my Facebook message. No one answered this. I tagged him, and I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. There's not enough hours in the day, and I don't have a following. I don't think that's what you understand. Like, I have 300 people I have to answer to, not 3 million, and I already can't fucking keep up with it.
Just trying to film something that looks like Ghost Ranch. Are you for real, bro? Man. And when
we had one person that sent me a Facebook message, sent 2 Facebook messages over the course of about 2 hours, and then immediately, like, the message Ryan is like, guess Will's mad at me, but if he wants to know something, here you go. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know.
I'm telling you, when it all falls down, these are the things that folks are going to look back on and be like, damn, man, that was some pathetic shit. That was some real.
Sure. That's what I'm saying. I agree, man, you too.
You think you're the bar that people are trying to reach? Again, man of his word, right? Anyway, man, you're a clown. And I would go further, but I think I'm just doing damage by trying to talk. I don't think it's helping anything, you know what I mean? So, I'll leave you with this, man. You've said a lot of ignorant shit lately. A lot of ignorant shit. And you've made a real ass of yourself in your hometown. There are going to be some people addressing it. There's a video coming out tonight, most likely, that's going to be your father being able to respond. And before you go to all your...
Uh-oh.
And listen, if you're a true Ryan Upchurch supporter and you're watching this right now, just know this. And this is from the beginning of time, and it'll go to the end of time.
Did his father respond?
Anytime there's a conflict, anytime there's something going on, there's always the need for both sides. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying neither one's right. I ain't saying neither one's 100% right in everything. But if you're going to be a true supporter of anything, you should hear both sides. And the other side is finally.
So he really downed his father, said he's a fucking coward. He never did anything. He lived off of him. He's a mooch. And he's always been really, really fucking the exact. It would be like me turning on my dad. There's obviously something happened there because, I mean, I love my dad. He's a big part of my life. He's always helped me out when he could. You know, he raised me. It would be fucking weird.
I'm going to come out and say something. And I hope you do the right thing, man. I hope this is a learning experience from you. And I hope that you come out and tell your people, like, man, hey, listen, I'm going to try to turn this around. I'm going to go hanging out with these people that are like, yeah, you know what? You might not have your shit together, but you do cool shit.
Yeah, I've seen Tom McDonald. I'm just not a fan.
Dope ass shit. And then I'm going to go do a bunch of dope ass shit.
You're lying to yourself, man. But keep your word to yourself. Damn, it might not have been the best choice of words because the whole, man of his word, you know what I'm trying to say. But man, listen, I hope to God, because I ain't an evil person at heart. And it sounds like your family is coming from the heart and trying to help you out, man. I hope you listen.
His mom basically made a video crying. You know, Ryan accused her of stealing his money and buying houses. Well, all that went away. All that went away. It didn't happen. It was all bullshit. So I would like to see his dad's side of the story because his mom and dad, who are divorced and have been divorced for years and years, are now like teamed up and like, yeah, we need to get him some help.
Oh, and you probably shouldn't drink Bud Light.
There's a video Ryan made about him. Yeah, it doesn't look like. Come and get it, son. Papa Church. I don't care if you are Ryan Upchurch's daddy, you need to be a man. I just can't do this bandwagon thing. I can't do it, man. I can't. Like, I understand, like Uncle Will or whatever. He instantly just takes Ryan's word as the truth and just calls out anybody Ryan says is bad. Like, none of them check anything. None of them review anything. None of them come out and say, well, I'd at least like to check into that. Just what he says is the truth. Oh, shit. What he says is the truth, and that was from 7 minutes ago. Send me a piece. Mostly peaceful redhead. I love cheesecake.
My entire consort.
Let's have it.
Pagan gods.
What?
My entire consort, they're all pagan gods. All the pagan gods, like the Big 12. It's kind of funny because of like
the Big 12. I can't even name 12 gods.
Football construct, like, oh, the Big 10. The pagan gods, like the Big 12, like they're all people. And my consort of
can you guys name 12 gods?
people, I can tell you who they all are. I can tell you who Hermes is, Hephaestus, I think.
Oh, okay. Like Greek gods. Okay. I don't know if I can name 12 Greek gods.
Hades. Elon Musk is Hades, by the way. They're all pagan gods, and they're all like in this world. I don't know what our relationship is. I don't know how it translates, but I'll tell you the entire consort is all pagan.
Yeah, he's in worst case. I'm still not. Like, he asked me if I would come on his panel and apologize to him. He's still a crackhead piece of shit and a law cow, and I still think it's hilarious that people gobble at him at the Dairy Queen. Like, that wasn't the point, just because I don't support Ryan.
Pagan.
His new venture. Thank you.
It's like,
God, I love cheesecake. I want cube steak so fucking bad. I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow cooking cube steak. Patreon only. I've been dying for fucking cube steak like Mariah used to make.
there's like no human connection. So I've gone into these arenas where it's like all Satanists. There's no human connection. Like, these people don't. It's weird. They're like not bound by anything remotely valuable. And I find that same, in this hour, I find that same resonance in the consort of the pagan gods. There's nothing valuable. Sorry, not sorry. There's nothing valuable. Nothing. The only true living God is Jesus Christ. Like, everything else is dead. The only true God is Jesus Christ. Everything else is dead.
For all the pagans or just some of them?
And there's been trials, there's been like instances where there could be like anything salvageable, but nothing has been salvaged within the consort of the Big 12. Who are we in relation to each other if it's not through Christ Jesus, if it's not through God? I don't criticize people who discount astrology or Greek mythology, because who the fuck are we if we don't recognize Christ Jesus as God? There's a lot of people who are like anti, you know, it's like you're Christian, but like you follow astrology, like you're Christian, but you follow Greek mythology.
Oh, thank you, Skunk.
I would have criticism.
But she has a pretty good one. Like that's what I'm craving is like her cube steak that she makes is like seasoned flour, you know, in cube steak and pan fried.
For them, but
I want it so bad.
wait a second. I know.
I used to take them and I make them with gravy, like when I made them, gravy and cube steak, and you know you eat it with gravy on top of it. Sometimes even mashed potatoes and macaroni, like just piled on top of it. Eat it all in like one bite, mixed together. But then the next day I would take them and melt cheese on them in the mic. Well, I would put cheese on them if I took them to lunch or something. Put cheese and bread and stick them in the microwave for like a minute and melt the cheese into them. My mouth's watering just thinking about it. I don't know why. It's just too fucking big a mess in the camper, and it's open flame, and she's worried about the oil. Plus, it splatters everywhere. You know what I mean? Like it's too fucking. I don't know. It's too fucking hard for her. I don't want to have a mess. So maybe while she's gone tomorrow, I can make a mess and clean it up.
Know who the Big 12 are, and we have no fucking relation to each other. It's weird.
That makes sense.
Zero diplomacy for each other. So are we nothing more than Satan's construct? Because the people of Satanism, they can like have their cults and their gatherings, but they're like, there's no human connection. Like they don't have any.
Okay.
And in these final days and these final hours, I'm like,
they make the glue.
You wouldn't know who they are. The only one that you would know is you.
It's human glue.
He's very famous. He's the god Hades, and a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
You might know James Caswell.
So she knows who the gods are. He's Hermes.
Zeus, Jupiter, and through James Caswell, you might know who Hank Meyer is, Pindar. But like in relation to each other, like we have no fucking diplomacy, like whatsoever. Are we no better? Pagan gods, are you no better? Jenny Constantine as Athena, they're no better. It's like we have no, like we don't even communicate. Like there is no like avenue of communication. Are we no better? Am I saying I'm better?
If this doesn't make sense, I don't know what to tell you.
There's definitely a falling away.
Yeah, we do have. We have a Blackstone flat top. I could just throw a pan on that, I guess.
And it's through Christ Jesus. All this Greek mythology, you know, Christians are like anti like Greek mythology. You know, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe there's a reason for that because you motherfuckers don't recognize Christ Jesus as God. Astrology, there are no fucking planets. You can't travel to Venus. You can't travel to Mars. You can't travel to Saturn. You can't travel to Jupiter or Pluto or so because no, it's all bullshit.
There are no planets. Got it.
Maybe this message is for like a few people who understand what I'm saying.
She seems to be clearing up her crazy a little bit.
God always tells me, just keep looking crazy for me. I will keep looking crazy for God. You can't travel to fucking Pluto, you fucking retard. You can't travel to Pluto, you fucking retard. Pluto can't travel to Neptune, you fucking retards. These are like people, these are spirits.
That's right. Motherfucking cube steak.
What happens to you?
I wanna have her on for an interview, but the first thing she's gonna review is every video I've ever made. She'll stay up for 4 days and watch every piece of content I have. I wanted to do like M did that one time where he made like a fake account and it was like Patriot Radio or some shit and have people on for interviews.
You know, people want to worship Ra. Ra's fucking dead, dude. Ra died, motherfucker. Just like the old Jesus dies and he is reborn. And the guy that you thought was Jesus God is the Old Testament crusty balls, motherfucker. Old Testament God.
Oh, wow. Wow. Let's replay that.
And the guy that you thought was Jesus God is the Old Testament crusty balls, motherfucker. Old Testament God. Jesus.
Lauren Pritchard. We've covered her before a few times.
There is like no diplomacy between the pagan gods.
He's that old crusty balls Jesus God. Wow.
consort that I find myself to be in resonant with, they're dying just like this world is dying. Fuck that.
Well, there you go. Fuck that, she said. Fuck that, she said. Guys, it was just a hangout tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It is 1 a.m. I'm going to shut her down. The replay will be on YouTube, not on Rumble. I didn't stream to Rumble tonight because it was having issues setting it up, and I was already late. So either way, thank you all for joining us. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out in the mind of Will. We'll have another show coming up tomorrow for patrons. All patron levels tomorrow. There's a show. If you want to be part of it, I'm going to try to hop on in the day, maybe. Well, it's Easter Day. I might play some video games tomorrow.
445 just resubscribed for 10 months.
I hope you like the new animation. Thank you for that resubscription. I'm making a new animation for other bit alerts, other subscriptions. I'm going to have a couple where you can kind of poke fun at me, like the old racist one that we used to have where it put me up on screen real big and pointed arrows at me and said he's a racist or whatever. A lot of people like that one. I don't know if I'll get into the Hunter Biden one. That was kind of edgy, and we got away with it for a long time. But me being Hunter Biden's penis while he's getting a foot job was kind of on the edge. Support the stream if you can. While we're offline, it's struggling currently, but we're still here. If you can, at coldbeer.fund. And I'll hop off here. Thank you for coming to Twitch. Thank you for watching. This helps improve my viewer numbers. It helps improve, when we... Oh, we're probably going to have a sponsored stream coming up. And I know you probably don't play video games. You probably don't like video games, whatever. I get it. No, hardly anybody watches my video game streams. But I will need you, if you can, if there's any way possible, to download the game and complete the first few levels. That puts money in the pocket of the stream in 90 days or whatever. So we have a sponsor stream coming up from a little video game. It's fucking Robots Mech Arena something. I'm going to be playing it. You can hang out with me and play it, but please download it and play it. That would be great. I'll be up all night looking up text. Yeah. It's wild to think that a computer can do that and already has it set in stone, what book, what page, what number, whatever. The premise is, like, I guess if it was just making it up randomly, then every time I type something in, it would just be the next page of the next book or whatever. But I don't know, it's crazy. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. Go to coldbeer.fund, support the stream. I can't tell you the name of the game because people will go download it already. And you need my link to download it. But it's like a mobile game. And the stream can make up to like $500 or something. So if we could max it out, that would be awesome. If you guys can just play it, I'll have to do 2 streams for it. So 2 little 2-hour streams. That'll be in addition to my regular streams. But if you can show up, support, download it, and complete it, we get credit for it, everybody that does it. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. Support the stream while we're offline. Coldbeer.fund. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you on the next one. Don't do anything Phil wouldn't do. And if you think about it, it's all already been written down anyways. Have a good night, guys.
Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world.
I don't want people to download it ahead of time because it's only for it'll only be for new players. So like if you downloaded it today, thank you for helping me because I said the name of it. Then I do the stream tomorrow, it won't even count. Last time we did it, we had people like download it on their husband's phone and playing the first 5 levels, download it on their kid's phone and doing it. That's what I do. I mean, trying to maximize. I mean, the person that is paying us to do it doesn't care. Like, just do it as many times as you can. It would greatly appreciate it. The hell's going over here, Ramesh?
Bildo! It's your old buddy Ramesh.
The fuck is this?
What's going on, my man? Are you doing all right? Are you in trouble, hiding out under the ground somewhere? It's a beautiful day out here. your natives are getting restless. But now, you know, the sun is shining. I'm out driving around and talking to you. And meanwhile, your people are getting nutty. Very, very nutty. I'm watching them from afar, thank God. I got them in a little fishbowl. We can kind of feed them and stuff. You should probably be feeding them, but we're feeding them. We're feeding them crazy pills. They seem to like it. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Goodbye, Phildo.
Thank you very much. I can hear you coming too. Have a good night, everybody. See you in the next one. Good night, Jay Bird. Ramesh is hashtag can't stop winning.